if you live, work, or worship in Allegheny, Beaver, or Butler counties, you can join Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union for just $5. Learn more at AllegiantFCU.org. Federally insured by the NCUA.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
44 with fog at 10 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. A group of 6 Democratic lawmakers, including Representative Chris DeLuzio, released a video this week telling service members to resist what they call illegal military orders. On Thursday, President Donald Trump accused them of sedition punishable by death. DeLuzio commented on the confrontation on the Big K Morning Show.
It's not about me. It's about the country and saying we've had enough of this. And the one person, more than anyone else on planet Earth, who has the power to bring the temperature down is Donald Trump as our president.
We're monitoring social media for new posts from the president. A driver fleeing police is accused of hitting 5 vehicles and injuring 9 people last night in Wilkinsburg. It happened around 9 p.m. at the intersection of Penn and East Swissvale Avenues. Police say they pulled over an SUV for a vehicle code violation and the driver took off. Officers did not pursue. This man was at the intersection at the time of the collisions and talked with KDKA TV.
All of it happened immediately around me, and my car is untouched.
That's pretty amazing.
It's incredibly amazing. I said I'm going to go buy a lottery ticket. 5
of the 9 people injured were taken to hospitals, all in stable condition, and the SUV driver will be charged. A Pittsburgh police officer is on paid administrative leave, accused of driving under the influence for the second time in 5 years. Police say Sergeant Tariq Jamal Francis was asleep behind the wheel of a vehicle parked in Plum Borough. Officers say that car was partly in the road on November 10th. The criminal complaint says Jamal Francis told officers he was with Pittsburgh police and had been drinking at a nearby bar. Testing showed his blood alcohol content was about 4 times the legal limit. Jamal Francis was charged in 2021 with DUI after a traffic accident in Plum. The holiday market returns today, this year in a new spot along 7th Street and Penn Avenue in the Cultural District. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has details.
Visitors can explore Alpine-style wooden chalet booths offering handmade gifts from local artisans and international creators, from glass ornaments to textiles. Seasonal treats and drinks will be available on site, and families can snap a photo in the selfie garden or visit Santa's house at the nearby Heinz Hall courtyard. Vendors such as A Woman of the Cloud Forest, New York Pretzel Company, and Hellman Strudel will be at the new location, giving shoppers a chance to reconnect with favorites and discover new treasures, all while enjoying a festive, family-friendly outing in Pittsburgh's Cultural District. The market opens at 11 a.m. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
Tens of thousands of people will descend on the city Saturday for Light Up Night. Here's Matt Broody with the National Weather Service.
Should be a little chilly, although seasonable, looking at lows in right around 30, so it should be right around normal. Should be a pretty decent night to be out there.
Broody says Sunday should be sunny and a little warmer with a high in the low 50s. At this hour on Wall Street, the Dow is up 133 points at 45,886. The Nasdaq down 12 points. The S&P is up 10. KDKA Sports, the Pens are back in action tonight, hosting the Wild at 7. Tomorrow on KDKA Radio, the Whitfield Championships from Acrisure Stadium, and our coverage starts at 1. Also on Saturday, the Pittsburgh Riverhounds play Tulsa for the United Soccer League title. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick. For your home's windows, siding, doors, and bath, trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time is 10:04. 44 with fog now in Pittsburgh. AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
Hey, I'm Sam.
And I'm Calvin.
With Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Decks. You ever wait way too long for a haircut, then finally get one and think, why didn't I do that months ago?
Oh, yeah. Suddenly you're walking taller, smiling bigger, and feeling like a new person.
That's exactly what it feels like when you finally replace that old roof or deck. You don't realize how bad it looked or how much better it could be until it's done.
And when it is, your whole house feels fresh again.
Give your home that clean-cut confidence with a new deck, roof, or siding project.
Call the Cousins.
At AHN, we see you juggling 100 things at once. That's why we made it easier to book with the doctors you need. With AHN online scheduling, you can book with your primary care provider or get time with a specialist. Visit ahn.org/schedule, answer a couple of simple questions, and search for providers, locations, and times that work best for you. Easy online scheduling. Because at AHN, we see you.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
Well, what's up, Marty, is we still have some remnants of the rush hour. Parkway East on the inbound ride is a little bit slow at Edgewood Swissvale, and the Parkway West is finally starting to ease off, just backing right around that runaway truck sand pile as you try to fit into the Fort Pitt tunnels. Want to give you the heads up that some of the street closures for tomorrow night's light-up night kick off at noon today. The Roberto Clemente Bridge will close along with westbound Fort Duquesne Boulevard between 7th and Stanwyck Streets, and Penn Avenue will close at noon today from 5th Avenue to Stanwyck Street and down near the Gateway T Station. More closures will roll into place overnight tonight and through the day tomorrow in advance of the festivities. Our next AAA traffic on the fives coming your way shortly. I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred roofing replacement contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Areas of dense fog gradually lifting the rest of the morning. It'll be cloudy and damp this afternoon with a high of 50. Periods of rain and drizzle tonight, especially early, though 42. Tomorrow, cloudy, damp start to the day with a bit of rain or drizzle. Then clouds break for some sun in the afternoon, the high 48. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Join Rob Pratt every Sunday at 11 a.m. for Black and Gold Sunday, presented by Coons Market, your hometown Pittsburgh grocer. Rob keeps you posted on Pittsburgh sports with 2 hours of exciting talk. That's Black and Gold Sunday, 11 to 1, presented each week by Coons Market.
Well, folks, the holidays are here in the Winter Wonderland. Weiner Wellness Weekend is December 5th and 6th with workshops from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. on Friday and Saturday, featuring the top holistic practitioners and experts in the industry. A delicious, healthy lunch will be provided from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And, of course, lots of samples, healthy treats, and the Black Friday deep discounts start November 24th. All of this at the World of Wellness, 2419 Baldrick Road, Pittsburgh. That's 2419 Baldrick Road, Pittsburgh.
He's live, he's local, he's Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
I'm sitting here looking at these pictures of Chris DeLuzio, the congressman, holding his 1-year-old son. He has 3 other kids and a beautiful wife. I'm reading these texts from these folks like Sue who can't stand DeLuzio, say that he instigated this, that it's his fault, that he asked for this. One of my boys sent me a text, "Don't poke the bear. Your boy, Chris DeLuzio, really effed up. So it's his fault that Trump wants him to be hung." So this is where we're at now. So you're so dazed and confused. You're so engulfed and engrossed in Trump mania, which it is like that, like Hulk Hogan-esque type antics, that somehow now you've decided that it's okay that the President of the United States asked that a number of congressmen with military backgrounds who served their country, something Trump avoided because he said he had, was it bone spurs? Okay. Served their country, served in battle. Trump asked that they be hung, so that's okay now. And I'm sitting here looking at these pictures of Chris DeLuzio and his wife and kids and thinking about what this congressman said over these threats from Trump and what this could mean to these congressmen. Listen.
I'm sad to say that in the United States of America in 2025...
No, I want to hear the congressman who said that they're going to be killed. Please. Thanks.
I don't think it's really a good idea to talk about jailing your political opponents or hanging them or whatever else.
This is perhaps the most reckless, irresponsible thing that he has done all Congress, and it's going to get a lot of us killed. We have kids.
Hey, TJ, go away. TJ, go to hell. And I mean that in the nicest way. I'm not talking to you today. I'm not. You're not doing this to me today. I'll come through the phone and choke you. I have no patience or tolerance for this today for 100 different reasons. This is not Jag-off day, TJ. Call another show that doesn't care that you're a Jag-off. I mean that. I'm so disgusted with this environment. I'm so disgusted that you folks somehow creep into this. I don't give a damn why they release this video. You cannot, in America, have the President of the United States in this environment asking that folks be hung and killed. You can't do it. You can't. He has a moral responsibility as a man, as an American, as the president. You can't do it. There is no defense. All these Trumpers mumbling, well, they brought this on, it's their fault. No. So you're telling me that this is the end game. If I produce a video asking soldiers not to break the law, that was it, that I should be killed. And for those of you who think this is irrelevant, ask Chris DeLuzio this morning and his staff this morning. Their phones are blowing up with cakes and cookies and flowers, with adulation and congratulations. No, with death threats. Thank you very much, Mr. Trump. All these Trumpers out there, well, I know he's a little outlandish and outrageous. But look at his policies. No. I know he called a girl piggy. Who cares? Everybody hates journalists, and she was fat. Oh. At some point, you Trumpers, you delusional freaks, who always see the fat guy as the thin guy, Trump, who somehow think it's okay for him to ask that men and women be killed, hung, is not acceptable. Please play DeLuzio's first clip. This is when this first happened. Thanks. This is yesterday.
I'm sad to say that in the United States of America in 2025, the president has done exactly what you said. He's called for my execution and several of my other colleagues. This is a dark time for the country. I've been on your show and condemned political violence, no matter where it's come from, left or right. And I think this is a moment where patriots have to condemn this dangerous and reckless call for political violence from the president. Full stop.
I'm going to play this video they released again for those who didn't hear. Because one of my boys who I love, I hate the way Trump talks to people. But honestly, if you were, I would have said what, if I would have said what Chris DeLuzio said, we would be getting paid a visit to law enforcement. I don't believe that. Go ahead, listen. This is the video. Tell me how they broke the law.
Alyssa Slotkin.
Senator Mark Kelly.
Representative Chris DeLuzio.
Congresswoman Maggie Goodlander.
Representative Chrissy Houlihan.
Congressman Jason Crow. I was a captain in the United States Navy.
Former CIA officer.
Former Navy.
Former paratrooper and Army Ranger.
Former intelligence officer.
Former Air Force.
We want to speak directly to members of the military
and the intelligence community
who take risks each day to keep Americans safe.
We know you are under enormous stress and pressure right now. Americans trust their military.
But that trust is at risk.
This administration is pitting our uniformed military
and intelligence community professionals
against American citizens.
Like us. You all swore an oath.
To protect and defend this Constitution.
Right now, the threats to our Constitution aren't just coming from abroad, but from right here at home.
Our laws are clear. You can refuse illegal orders.
You can refuse illegal orders.
You must refuse illegal orders.
No one has to carry out orders that violate the law or our Constitution.
We know this is hard and that it's a difficult time to be a public servant.
But whether you're serving in the CIA,
the Army,
or Navy,
the Air Force,
your vigilance is critical.
And know that we have your back.
Because now, more than ever,
the American people need you. We need you to stand up for our laws,
our Constitution,
and who we are as Americans. Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give up the ship.
What did he say that was illegal? One of my closest friends saying if he said that, he'd get paid a visit. Well, they'd be wrong too. I asked 4 federal prosecutors, did anyone break the law? Did they do anything? Here's verbatim. You can refuse illegal orders. Huh? Which part of that's illegal? Which? You can refuse illegal orders. How is that sedition? How? How are they traitors? Why should they be locked? Help me with this. Talk to me like I'm a fourth grader. I talked to 4 prosecutors. 0 violation of the law. 0. You can refuse illegal orders. How the hell is that worthy of being hung? And I know you Trumpers, you can't manage to handle this. You hate what they did. But do you really think someone should be killed over this? 14,000 threats so far this year to our leaders. 14,000. Phones jammed last night with threats to Chris DeLuzio with 4 kids and a 1-year-old son. And you're happy with that? And you're comfortable with that? Okay, just checking. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. My friend Ellen, what's up?
All right, Marty, what's up is we have minimal delays as you try to make your way to and through downtown Pittsburgh right now. Pretty decent drive if you do have to make the commute. Parkway East on the inbound ride is just a little slow before the Squirrel Hill tunnels. The Parkway West inbound is sluggish right around that Banksville on-ramp before the Fort Pitt tunnels. Traffic light delays await you on 51 and 19 behind the Liberty tunnels. Heads up, we've had some daylight construction zone lane restrictions on the outbound or eastbound Parkway East between the Business 22 off-ramp and the off-ramp for Route 48 out in Monroeville. Just know that at times things have been very heavy for you there. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM at AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
At Bowser's Chevrolet, we're thankful for our customers, and we're showing it with incredible red tag savings all month long during the Chevy Red Tag Sales Event. Get a 2026 Silverado 1500 double cab and lease for only $341 a month, or get 0% for 36 months. Plus, the new 2026 Chevy Trax has arrived, and Bowser has over 70 in stock and ready to drive home. For well-qualified buyers, dealer doc fee of $477 applies, 36-month lease, 10,000 miles per year with $2,999 down, tax, title, and fees not included, with approved credit through GM Financial. Offer ends December 1st. Bowser's Chevrolet Monroeville. BowserChevrolet.com.
UPMC, life-changing, life-saving information. I live it every day.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois.
Why wait? We're dropping the savings now during the Black Friday countdown at Jim Shorkey Kia Wexford. Get a new 2026 Kia Sportage LX all-wheel drive for 0.9% APR for 48 months, or a new 2025 Kia Telluride S for 0.9% APR for 60 months. Your deal, your way. What a great day at Jim Shorkey Kia Wexford. Visit us at JimShorkeyKiaWexford.com or call 609-735-6849 for offer details.
Looking for the perfect holiday gift? Give your loved ones peace of mind on the road with a AAA gift membership for only $35. Stop by your local AAA branch or visit them online at AAA.com/gift. Limited time offer, restrictions apply.
The 50,000-watt voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
This is perhaps the most reckless, irresponsible thing that he has done all Congress, and it's going to get a lot of us killed. We have kids.
You know what, Patrick? I was thinking about Charlie Kirk last night. And if you recall, there were folks celebrating his death. Honestly. There were folks saying he deserved it. This has that vibe to it. It does. That video incited Trump to do this. It's the poor Donald thing. For instance, when he called the reporter Miss Piggy, well, she's ignorant. Okay. When he calls people fat and lazy and stupid, well, they weren't nice to him. I don't like Trump and the way he talks, but man, his policies. What policies we talking about now? The economy? Okay, just checking. The war in Ukraine? Oh, okay. Just checking. This has that vibe to it. The Charlie Kirk. I'm sorry. Today's a bad day. I'm sorry. It's not together. All this stuff is too much for me sometimes. When Charlie was assassinated, there were a lot of people, teachers, regular folks, housewives that celebrated his death. They were happy. They said he deserved it. He didn't. No, it's like we've taken sides and in the middle we throw these bodies. It's like the mosh pit. Just throw them in there. Hell with it. Take out another congressman. And I'm sitting here honestly looking at a picture of Chris DeLuzio, Naval Academy. You folks that hate him. You know he went to the Naval Academy. You know who goes to the Naval Academy? Badasses. You know he's a veteran. He served his country in a war. You know he did, right? DeLuzio. All right, just checking. West Point. 4 kids served in battle. And somehow you've decided that, what, it's okay if we hang him? It's that Charlie Kirk thing, man. It's this guttural political rhetoric that's eating me alive. Don't even try and call here and say they deserve this. Don't try it. I will rip you up and spit you out today. I promise. I promise you. I guarantee it. I have no tolerance for this lack of understanding of the conflation of hate and politics that we live in this country right now. We can't manage another Charlie Kirk. We can't. I mean, we can't. I mean, I spoke with DeLuzio and his staff. I'm told they have more security. I'm told I wouldn't do any outdoor events. I just wouldn't. I just wouldn't. I just can't manage it. We can't as a country. The insolvency of the rhetoric is depressing, actually. That we have to watch like 19 hours of a-holes taking sides because the Republicans. No one will just stand up and say Trump needs to shut the F up on this. We can't. You know, I challenge you to look at Chris DeLuzio's background. His life is insanely patriotic. Compare it to Trump's background as an American, as a patriot. Just making it clear. And I'm texting with his staff this morning, and they said, oh, yeah, we're inundated with threats. Isn't that special? So, the president wants DeLuzio and others hung, And DeLuzio and others' lives are threatened today. Oh. Go ahead, Lisa.
Hi, Marty. Just wanted to tell you that I agree with every word you have to say this morning. I appreciate your courage. I especially appreciate the courage of Chris DeLuzio. I think he is a patriot. I'm not in his district, but I have the greatest respect for him. I've seen him at other events. And I just wanted to let people know, since they are getting so many threats, I just talked to a real person in both their Washington, D.C. and Carnegie offices. So anybody who thinks this is outrageous, and I'm sure you'll hear from all of the callers to say I'm the one who's crazy. But anyway, I just felt so much better to call their offices and tell them I stand with them and to tell them that I think this is wrong. And you know what? Good people have to start speaking up. We have to start saying this is wrong.
Hey, Lisa,
and it's
Lisa,
not.
let me make this real personal. My daughter worked at his office all summer.
Oh, okay.
And my daughter texts me, this is the truth, and calls me and says, hey, Dad, some guy says he's coming to the office to kill everybody. This is my daughter.
Oh, my gosh.
So my point is, this is the life that we have to deal with now. Your daughter's sitting in some friggin' congressman's office, and some guy says he's headed over there to kill everybody. And I'm supposed to say, Chris DeLuzio's a bum. Okay.
Yeah,
let me do that.
Well, Marty, I don't know what to do anymore. I'm as choked up as you. I am. All of it is so wrong. But what I just thought I'd let you know is, people, if you care about what's happening and you feel terrible for Chris and his family, just call the office and tell them.
Nice.
These people need to know we're not all wackos. We don't want this.
Nice.
That's all. Please just maybe let your your listeners heard it. So please don't stop discussing this today. It's just so important. And thank you for your courage. And please, every reasonable person, try to stay safe and well. Thank you so much, Marty.
That was actually beautiful. Thank you. When it comes to building Pennsylvania's future, the laborers are on the job. From highways and bridges to schools, hospitals, energy projects, the men and women of the Pennsylvania Laborers District Council deliver the skilled work that keeps our communities moving forward. Joe LaQuatra is leading the charge to train the next generation, protect worker safety, and stand up for fair wages and benefits. When laborers build, Pennsylvania grows stronger. The Pennsylvania Laborers District Council, working hard every day. My people. All right, Patrick, you ate at Hofstad's about a week ago. How good was it?
Amazing.
Right?
Delicious.
And he's a food snob. So add to that, Hofstad's has prime rib Mondays. My boy, the restaurant king, JK. Prime rib Mondays, Hofstad's. Dry rubbed, slow roasted, hand carved prime rib with au jus. I love saying that. Au jus. 2 sides. Mondays, Hofstad's. Oakmont, 4 to 9. Prime rib, brothers and sisters. Go for it.
Attention all dog owners. If you have ever listened to the radio or TV for any length of time, you've probably heard of America's #1 dog supplement, Rough Greens. Greetings, naturopathy Dr. Dennis Black, Amazon best-selling author and founder of Rough Greens here. And if your dog suffers from bad breath, itchy skin, licking paws, joint pain, or low energy, the truth is their food is probably to blame. You see, all commercial dog food is dead food. That's why I created Rough Greens. 1 daily scoop gives your pup the live vitamins, omega oils, probiotics, and enzymes that will bring their food back to life. Don't believe me? Let your dog try it before you buy it. I'll send you a free Jumpstart trial bag, risk-free. You just cover the shipping. Go to roughgreens.com. That's RUFFgreens.com. Use discount code NEWS. Don't wait. Give your dog the gift of vibrant health. Order now. It'll be at your house in a few days. Go to roughgreens.com. That's RUFFgreens.com. Discount code NEWS for your free Jumpstart trial bag today. Rough Green. We make any dog food better.
From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
44 with fog at Pittsburgh International. 10:30 now. I'm Paul Rasmussen. A video released by 6 Democrats, one of them Representative Chris DeLuzio, encourages the military to ignore what the lawmakers say are illegal orders. President Trump called the video seditious behavior punishable by death. And the congressman commented this morning on the Big K Morning Show.
I'm one of the people targeted here for murder, and I've certainly gotten lots of death threats as a result of what the president has said.
The 90-second video was posted early Tuesday. Station Square has a new owner, WS Development. It is a Massachusetts-based mixed-use developer with over 100 properties in the U.S. A release from the company does not mention the sale price. The sale follows a mortgage foreclosure suit by lenders demanding $143 million from Brookfield Properties. And more money than ever from Allegheny County's 1% sales tax will be going to parks next year. News Radio KDKA's David Ballarado has that.
The Regional Asset District Board's $148 million budget for next year includes a record roughly $56 million for parks and trails. That's a 27% increase from this year. The county parks are getting about $30 million in operating grants and another $9.5 million for upgrades to shelters, buildings, and bathrooms. Pittsburgh Regional Parks are getting nearly $11 million in operating funds, plus $2.5 million in capital funding for projects including bike lanes at Shenley Park. Other capital grants include funds for security upgrades at the August Wilson Center and $1 million for improvements at the Pittsburgh Zoo and Aquarium. David Ballarado, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is up 228 points at 45,981. The Nasdaq down 49 points now, and the S&P is up 6. KDKA Radio News Time 10:31. Our next update at 11 on the Voice of Pittsburgh. News Radio KDKA.
It's time now for today's Spotlight on Money.
What happens to your social media accounts after you die? Tech writer Jennifer Jolly says control of your Facebook, X, or Instagram accounts need to be a part of your end-of-life plan. That's because you may not control what happens next to that dormant account.
You could live on in ways that just absolutely crush you thinking about while you're living.
I'm Rob Hart.
Are you tired of online threats? Then get an antivirus. It's the only online protection you will ever need.
Disclaimer, an antivirus is just half protection online. It will not protect you from snoopers or encrypt your online traffic. So this Black Friday, get better online protection with NordVPN. NordVPN will encrypt your traffic, protect you from malware and phishing, and stop annoying ads. Get the NordVPN Black Friday deal with 73% off and enjoy 3 extra months.
The more you practice the art of thankfulness, the more you have to be thankful for, reminded clergyman Norman Vincent Peale. And as Charles Dickens put it, reflect upon your present blessings, of which every man has plenty, not on your past misfortunes, of which all men have some. Happy Thanksgiving from all of us at the Allegheny Institute for Public Policy, where conventional public policy has been challenged since 1995. Make your tax-deductible donation today at AlleghenyInstitute.org. That's AlleghenyInstitute.org.
Folds of Honor has been meeting sacrifice with hope since 2019 in Western Pennsylvania. It's their honor to empower people through education and the opportunities it creates. 41% of Folds of Honor scholarships are awarded to minorities, making the recipient families as diverse as the country we call home. Folds of Honor has earned the Gold Star Platinum Seal as well as a 4 out of 4 stars ranking on Charity Navigator. You can become a Folds of Honor wingman today at westernpa.foldsofonor.org. Please donate today. Spitzer Toyota of Monroeville is a proud supporter of Folds of Honor.
Gobble, gobble, up some great savings at Coons Market for Turkey Day 2025. Isn't that right, Frank Dentisi?
Right, Rob. Save with your Coons Reward Card. USDA Grade A frozen honeysuckle white young turkeys, 98 cents a pound. Fresh southern yams, 47 cents a pound. And selected varieties of Marie Callender pies, 24.5 to 42-ounce boxes, 2 for $10. Additional savings in our meat department. USDA Grade A frozen honeysuckle white young turkey breast, $1.39 a pound, and wild-caught fresh Alaskan cod fillets are $10.99 a pound. In the produce department, all-purpose Idaho potatoes, 8-pound bag, $2.88 each, and Little Leaf Farms leaf lettuce, 4-ounce packages, 2 for $6. In the deli department, pumpkin mousse is $5.99 a pound, and this week, selected varieties of Heinz Homestyle gravy, 12-ounce jars, $1.69 each.
How do you find the Coons Market nearest you? Click on CoonsMarket.com. Happy Thanksgiving from Coons Market, a Pittsburgh and holiday tradition.
Why wait? We're dropping the savings now during the Black Friday countdown at Jim Shorkey Kia of North Huntington and Wexford. Get 1.99% APR for 60 months on a new 2026 Kia Sportage LX all-wheel drive or a new Kia Telluride S all-wheel drive for 0.9% APR for 60 months. Your deal, your way. What a great day at Jim Shorkey Kia of North Huntington and Wexford. Call 609-735-6849 for offer details.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser. My friend Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty, is just some minor delays as folks try to make their way out and about through the mid-morning here. The Friday morning commute. Parkway West delays still hanging on there, backing right around the runaway truck sand pile before you fit into the Fort Pitt tunnels and downtown. Parkway East inbound is at Edgewood Swissvale. Of course, some of the street closures for tomorrow night's light up night kick off at noon today. So we're getting closer to the closures of the Roberto Clemente Bridge. That will shut down today, along with the westbound side of Fort Duquesne Boulevard between 7th and Stanwyck Streets. And also Penn Avenue will get a closure today at noon from 5th Avenue to Stanwyck Street. And also you'll find restrictions down by the Gateway T Station. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Some dense fog will gradually lift as we go through the late morning hours. It'll remain cloudy and damp this afternoon with a high around 50. Tonight, cloudy with periods of rain and drizzle, particularly early, the low 42. A bit of rain and drizzle early tomorrow. Clouds break for some sun in the afternoon, the high 48. For AccuWeather, I'm Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Hey, folks, Marty here. Beat the crowd. Shop Black Friday now at Levin Furniture and Mattress. My friend Robert Levin and his team are the lowest prices of the year on furniture and mattresses. Incredible hot buys. Plus, take 25% off store-wide. Leave your wallet at home. Get 5-year special financing on qualifying purchases of $24.99 or more. No money down, plus guaranteed low prices on top mattress brands. Black Friday now at Levin Furniture and Mattress.
When you hire our firm, you become part of the family. Nobody messes with family. Get the good guys, good-looking guys.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
We have reached the end of the week. Wow, this is great. It's a Friday. Glad to be with you. Colin Dunlap 2 to 6 today, right here, KDKA.
My friend, I got two really good Jims on this show that are just fabulous. Jimmy and Jim K. Jim K., who is my law enforcement guru. Hate makes people blind. They justify evil towards each other with an excuse. We are supposed to be a civil society, and we need to act accordingly. I had to go to my guru, honestly the smartest man I know with decades of experience in protecting the most powerful men on earth, including 4 presidents. Ron Layton, good morning, sir.
Marty, good morning. Thanks for having me back on KDKA.
Politics aside, this scenario, considering I talked to DeLuzio today, and he said there's slammed with serious threats. This gives me the creeps and anxiousness. Yes, sir? Should we be anxious?
Well, so, Marty, a couple things, maybe more than a couple. Number one, I think that it's a moment to take pause and just realize where we are. We are 5 football fields from normal. Number two, we're trivializing violence and simultaneously celebrating tragedy. Never seen it before. And here's the important piece of this, and this goes directly to your question. Out of every 100 people, there's always going to be some that are the small handful that are mentally ill. They hear things differently. They read things differently. So the point is, those people, Thomas Crooks is a good example. Yes. Those people are on a pathway in an escalation towards violence. So when they hear something like this or they read something like this, they think differently. So this is almost like a permission slip to pull a trigger. And it only takes 1 or 2. You've heard me say this 100 times. We live in an open, porous society. So for the most part, unless you are somebody like a president of the United States, we are all vulnerable to this kind of a thing.
Chris said they were offered $5,000 more for security. Schumer said he's offered them more security. Are you buying what he's selling or Schumer's selling, sir?
So let me break down some of this, and some of it is to be honest, it's difficult to talk about because
yes, sir.
It shouldn't come down to a human life equating with money. But at the end of the day, somebody has to pay for the agents, the cops, the protectors, whatever you want to call them. There are fewer cops. Every police department, every law enforcement agency in the country is short. Why? Because we've demonized cops. And so now we need this. The other thing is, remember John Bolton?
Of course.
Yes.
Under indictment? Yes, that's John Bolton, yes.
Exactly. So that John Bolton had a threat from overseas. His detail was actually pretty light. I thought it was. It was not really as resource intensive as I would have liked it.
The Iranians
you know what it was?
said they were going to assassinate
Yes.
him. Yeah.
Exactly. $6 million a year.
No.
And that was him. So the point is that when we start to talk about numbers and bodies and what these things cost and budgets for agencies, there's simply not enough protectors to protect the people who need protection. And then when we think about it in these terms, we get some type of a spike in threats, no matter what the reason, no matter, you can consider it political or not. But at the end of the day, there's a bunch of people who now are threatening individuals, probably 2,000 or 3,000% more than a week ago, and we don't have enough people to protect them.
In your
so
history,
we're in a bad place.
In your history protecting presidents, the most accelerated threat period, was that not Obama? Yeah?
Yeah. Okay. Mr. Obama was off the charts. Okay. There was a component that was completely racial. Yeah. The Obama health care plan, believe it or not, you wonder how a policy or an action causes people to threaten folks, but it happens all the time. Like, I manage these threats. So the acceleration and the trajectory and uptick of threats was astronomical, to include, and this goes to, others that's so sad, to include the kids. The wives and the kids don't sign up for this.
Yep. So I need your help on this, because I'm torn about this. The rhetoric from men and women I respect that follow the show, the rhetoric is simple. DeLuzio deserves this because he asked for it, because this video incited Trump, and you shouldn't poke the bear. So to hell with them. They deserve this. Yeah?
No. So, look, a couple of things. Number one, no one deserves to be hurt. No one deserves to be threatened. But I will say, if you, with others, put a video out like this, especially against this president, did you think he was just going to sit on it?
No, man.
Or did you think he was going to respond?
Patrick nailed it yesterday. You heard it before all of us. He said, here we go.
No, but what Patrick said, the thing is that when you did this, you knew that there was going to be blowback.
Yeah.
These people aren't stupid.
No.
Like, that this is going to evoke a response.
They got too deep in the game.
Well, listen, you knew that something was coming, and this is what you're having to now deal with. And here's the other thing, too. And a lot of people are going to say, look, this was a general reminder to follow the law. And then people are going to say, well, really, what illegal order was issued by the president? Like, that's a normal question.
No.
And
this
then
is the rhetoric. You're nailing it. You're nailing it.
This is the rhetoric. Well, there wasn't an illegal order. We're just, it was a general reminder. Well, then I'm going to say, well, why now?
Right. Yes, sir.
So that's the political, gamesmanship
my answer
of this.
Would be, brother, that they have momentum now. The polls show they do. So let's push. That would be my answer.
Well, that's probably a piece of it, but we are playing with people's lives and people's kids.
Right. Do you have a real fear, as a guy who's lived this, that someone could get hurt, sir? Because I do.
Marty, you mean someone else? Charlie Kirk was killed 2 months ago.
Right on.
So the point is capabilities. We have more capabilities for one human being to hurt another human being without any skill. You heard me say a week ago, it's the pros versus the Joes. The Joes are winning this without any capability. And you got to remember, law enforcement has a function. You generally call the cops after the trigger has been pulled. This is a very, very proactive world. In other words, you've got to stop that threat before it gets to you. That takes bodies, it takes labor intensity, it takes craft. In most police departments, that's really not their thing.
Boom.
Their thing is calls for service. So we're in a bad place. Do I worry? I do.
Ron Layton said something that was brilliant. He estimated the cost of doing it right, protecting the president right, protecting Charlie Kirk right, protecting DeLuzio right. Did you say 50 to 60,000 a day, sir?
Yeah, so here's the thing. For everyone, rightfully so, was angered, shocked, as I was when we saw the incident in Butler.
Absolutely.
And so you end up saying, well, why didn't we have all those resources? Well, ultimately, it's because they're looking to control costs. And you say, well, what's the cost? To move a candidate around in the right way is probably about $40,000 to $50,000 a year. I mean, I'm sorry, a day. Wow. A day. Wow. So what ends up happening is they've got to control those costs. So what happens is when you saw after Butler, all of a sudden you saw the movement of ballistic glass, more snipers, more agents, more this, more that. So that cost is going to jump to about $75,000 a day. So now, all of a sudden, you're starting to talk about controlling the airspace, combat air patrols, filtering the air, everything from filtering the air to make sure that there's no technological threats. All of that kind of stuff, the things that you see and the things that you don't see are ridiculously expensive. So when I say doing it right is a bunch of money.
And Chris DeLuzio ain't getting that, sir. No way, brother.
No, he needs Ruth's Chris, and he's going to McDonald's.
Right on, brother. I'm nervous. Ron Layton, my dear friend, smartest man I know. Thank you, sir.
Marty, thank you. Be well.
Truth to power. Exhale. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty, is we have minimal delays as folks are heading down to and through town on a variety of arteries, so just minor delays before the tunnels as you try to travel into the Golden Triangle at this hour. So glad to report that. Want to report to you about a memo that came out from PennDOT today about 65 northbound. There's a lane restriction underway until about 5 p.m. today. This is in Emsworth Borough on Wollaston, on Route 65, Ohio River Boulevard, rather, between Wollaston Avenue and Terrace Drive. Crews are doing some work there, and we wanted to let you know that you should expect slowdowns in that area. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Come with me to Get My Invisalign. They walked me through everything I needed to know. How long it'll take, how it works, and what to expect. Then it was time for the real part. They put on the attachments, they blend in with my teeth, they help the aligners grip your teeth and move them the right way. It felt a little weird at first, but honestly, not bad at all. They popped in my first set of aligners, showed me how to take them out, and that was it. I'm officially part of the Invisalign Club. I even wore them at a football game, super comfortable and easy to talk with. For someone who's always filming on the sidelines or covering sports nonstop, this fits my lifestyle perfectly.
Are you tired of online threats? Then get an antivirus. It's the only online protection you will ever need.
Disclaimer, an antivirus is just half protection online. It will not protect you from snoopers or encrypt your online traffic. So this Black Friday, get better online protection with NordVPN. NordVPN will encrypt your traffic, protect you from malware and phishing, and stop annoying ads. Get the NordVPN Black Friday deal with 73% off and enjoy 3 extra months.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage, no medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding. Pittsburgh's #1 platinum roofing company. While you sleep, there are people you've never met who are working hard to make your morning. People who get up at ungodly hours to make sure you get the information you want while you sleep. People who dedicate their lives to make yours better while you sleep. These people come together during the Big K Morning Show with Larry Richard, 5:30 to 10 in the morning, to make sure you have the best news, traffic, and weather to start your day. Wake up to your friends. Weekday mornings on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
So, we have 5 Bowser cars. Yep, 5. They're magnificent people. The sales team, the repair team, the inspection team. For example, my daughter had an accident in a parking lot of a grocery store. Nothing major, but it needed to work. It's a true story. Bowser didn't have the part to fix her car. So they gave us a loaner. While we had the loaner, they sent one of their people out of state to pick up the parts to fix her car. And when your car breaks, they come and pick it up. They give you a loaner. They repair the heck out of it. And they do it with insane gratitude and efficiency and pricing. Why? Bowser family, man. It's all about family. We have 5 cars there for a reason, because Bowser is the best.
Here's your Jill on Money question of the day.
Mary from South Carolina asks, I'd like to purchase a CD, but I'm terrified of doing so with these online institutions, even though they show a higher rate of interest. I don't want to pay any service charge or maintenance fees, and I have no intention of an early withdrawal. I would greatly appreciate your expert advice, as I don't want to lose my money. Well, Mary, when you look at those online banks, there are a lot that even I've never heard of. But here's the key, and it's really the only thing that matters. As long as the institution has FDIC insurance, you should have nothing to worry about.
Have a question? Go to JillOnMoney.com.
Sponsored by Progressive. We make the claims process easy, so you can get back on the road in no time. It's why over 43 million drivers trust Progressive. See for yourself at Progressive.com.
It's Marty Griffin on the Voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I hope no one gets hurt. Real basic level. I just do. Joe, go ahead.
Yeah, Marty, a few comments on this. Those people you're talking about writing these emails, I guarantee you 99% of them never been in the service. That's true. Don't know what the uniform code of
Never
military
felt in
justice
danger
is.
from someone who wanted to kill them. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I think these reps are letting the troops know that they're standing behind them because, I mean, Trump disobeys the Supreme Court. He disobeys local courts. He wants to give illegal orders. He thinks he can, but these people are saying you can't. Also, this is a little different, but I'm concerned about what the other members of the House and Senate are saying. Maybe you can ask Rothenstall or McCormick. They haven't commented on this. But everybody should be commenting on this because this is horrible.
So my buddy Dave, who I love, says what Chris DeLuzio did was stupid. Then he sends me some ridiculous military code. I really don't care. So you're telling me if you do something that Trump doesn't like, you should die. That's your plan, Dave, by sending me this code. I don't care that you send me some code from some book stating the obvious. There's no way in hell A plus B equals you should be hung.
No, absolutely not.
Dave,
I mean,
I love you, Dave, but sorry, man, you're wrong.
have him come in and say it on the radio.
Yeah.
He says, he says good things. I mean, he's going to bring in all this money. He ran to your station. I mean, same thing with Rothenstaller. I mean, I believe these guys were all in the service. I was in the service.
Yeah, guys served, yeah. He prosecuted terrorists, actually, in Iraq. Yeah, he's a hell of a man.
Right.
And I love him.
He's probably following the law.
I'm trying to get him on the air, actually. Thanks. I love the call. It is interesting. Fetterman came out against this and said it's crazy. Let me say this about Fetterman and his wife. Giselle, and I've known her for 20 years. Giselle, I cannot speak to you. She used to love us. Love the media. Hates us now. Hates. Death threats. All day long she gets threatened. She hates politics, and I mean that. Hates the media. Hates the people that want to kill her husband. And this is where we're at. Giselle Fernandez. Fetterman. Love her. She's a wonderful woman. And now she's jaded and hates politics and hates the media. I'm serious. Charlotte, go ahead.
Yes, I would like to know, what is the illegal order that the six are talking about?
No idea. Why don't you find out and call me back? Suzanne, go ahead.
Hi, Marty. First-time caller.
Oh, my gosh. Welcome to the jungle.
Thanks. I'm so angry today. I did call McCormick. I left a very specific message on where his intestinal fortitude is. The six that did the video have every right to do the video. They do not have a right to be threatened by the president, a sitting president of the United States.
Off the rails.
What he has done is no different than a person in a crowded movie theater who shots fire. If someone is hurt, Marty, the president should be held accountable. If I'm in a theater and I scream fire and someone dies, I'm held accountable. That is exactly.
I love your passion phone call, and it's spot on. And we have to wrap up because I could hear you forever. I love you.
It's the little things. The information you need. People you know. The little things that make a big difference. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
The Village at St. Barnabas. The perfect place for mom.
When it comes to affordable term life insurance, everyone's whistling the Big Lou tune. If you're over 50, maybe a bit porky, or have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost about $200 a month. Even if you're not in perfect health, call Big Lou, because he specializes in finding big chunks of affordable term life insurance for just about everyone. Don't let diabetes or other health glitches keep you from owning $500,000 to $1 million or more of term life insurance. For affordable term life insurance, call Big Lou. Don't hesitate. Call 800-700-6898. 800-700-6898 or visit biglou.com.
Call Big Lou. Don't hesitate. 800-700-6898. Call Big Lou. Don't hesitate. 800-700-6898. Visit biglou.com.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. When you bet on a team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score. Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up. You get early payout on parlays, too.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Pennsylvania. TNC Supply.
Steel City Shredding, Pittsburgh's premier local option for shredding and document management. We make it convenient with on-site shredding at your business or quick drop-off at our Strip District location. We also offer hard drive destruction, e-waste removal, plus new scanning and digitizing services to eliminate the clutter and boost security. Steel City Shredding, trusted, convenient, and 100% recycled. Visit steelcityshredding.com.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
44 with areas of fog at 11 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. A group of 6 Democratic lawmakers, including Representative Chris DeLuzio, released a video this week telling service members to resist what they call illegal military orders. On Thursday, President Donald Trump accused them of sedition, punishable by death. DeLuzio commented on the confrontation on the Big K Morning Show.
It's not about me. It's about the country and saying we've had enough of this. And the one person, more than anyone else on planet Earth, who has the power to bring the temperature down is Donald Trump as our president.
We're monitoring social media for new posts from the president. A driver fleeing police is accused of hitting 5 vehicles and injuring 9 people last night in Wilkinsburg. Happened around 9 p.m. at the intersection of Penn and East Swissvale Avenues. Police say they pulled over an SUV for a vehicle code violation. The driver took off. The officers did not pursue, but the man continued to speed away. This guy was at the intersection at the time of the collisions and talked with KDKA TV.
All of it happened immediately around me, and my car is untouched.
That's pretty amazing.
It's incredibly amazing. I said I'm going to go buy a lottery ticket.
5 of the 9 people injured were taken to hospitals, all in stable condition, and the SUV driver will be charged. The holiday market is returning today, this year in a new spot along 7th Street and Penn Avenue in the Cultural District. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has details.
Visitors can explore Alpine-style wooden chalet booths offering handmade gifts from local artisans and international creators, from glass ornaments to textiles. Seasonal treats and drinks will be available on site, and families can snap a photo in the selfie garden or visit Santa's house at the nearby Heinz Hall courtyard. Vendors such as A Woman of the Cloud Forest, New York Pretzel Company, and Hellman Strudel will be at the new location, giving shoppers a chance to reconnect with favorites and discover new treasures, all while enjoying a festive, family-friendly outing in Pittsburgh's Cultural District. The market opens at 11 a.m. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
Tens of thousands of people will descend on the city Saturday for light-up night. Here's Matt Broody with the National Weather Service.
Should be a little chilly, although...
United Soccer League title. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. Need a new roof or just want to repair a small leak? Trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:03. 44 with some fog now at Pittsburgh International. AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
Woke radical liberals are screwing up this country, but Congressman Guy Reschenthaler is fighting back. He backed one big, beautiful tax cut for working families, increasing the standard deduction for hard-working Americans, ending Social Security taxes for nearly all seniors, and taxes on tips and overtime gone. So call Congressman Guy Reschenthaler at 202-225-2065 and thank him for backing working family tax cuts and putting America first. Paid for by American Prosperity Alliance.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install a Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Hey folks, Marty here, Voss TV and Appliance. You'll find the best prices and selection, name brand TVs and appliances. 3rd generation family business that's built on relationships, not commissions. From sales, installation, at Voss, Rick, Matt, the entire Voss team are experts who know appliances and TVs inside and out. They won't leave you hanging after the sale. Visit Voss, South Hill Showroom, 412-650-VOSS, 412-650-VOSS. The best prices guaranteed. Call him the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
Are rolling pretty well if folks are heading out and about, maybe starting on their holiday time off early. And certainly the rush hour bears that out. It's wrapped up and minor delays await you. Parkway East inbound is just a touch on the brakes as you head into the inbound Squirrel Hill Tunnel portal. Outbound, no major delays or problems for you either. We have seen some construction zone lane restriction slowdowns at times as you are traveling the Parkway East outbound, approaching the Route 48 exit for Monroeville, and now we're seeing heavy traffic on the inbound side of that highway as well, and it's backing into the interchange by 48 and 22, so a little extra time is required for you there. Parkway West on the inbound ride is slow as you approach the Fort Pitt tunnels. The outbound commute toward the airport looks good on the Parkway itself. We are seeing some sluggish traffic as you head up onto the outbound lower deck of the Fort Pitt Bridge, both coming from the Parkway East and from the Fort Duquesne Bridge and Portal Bridge. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Dense fog will gradually thin as we head toward midday, but it'll remain cloudy and damp for the afternoon with a high of 50. Cloudy and damp tonight with periods of rain and drizzle, especially early, though 42. But if leftover rain or drizzle early tomorrow, then clouds break for some afternoon sun, the high 48. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Lock in amazing fall deals for your new roof with Home Genius Exteriors. Get 50% off roofing materials, plus 0% APR and no payments till 2027. And for a limited time, get free attic insulation. Call Home Genius Exteriors now at 855-U-R-GENIUS to schedule your free roof and attic inspection. That's 855, the letter U, the letter R, Genius. Home Genius Exteriors, the genius choice in roofing. See website for details.
When it comes to building Pennsylvania's future, the laborers are on the job. From highways and bridges to schools, hospitals, energy projects, the men and women of the Pennsylvania Laborers District Council deliver the skilled work that keeps our communities moving forward. Joe LaQuatra is leading the charge to train the next generation, protect worker safety, and stand up for fair wages and benefits. When laborers build, Pennsylvania grows stronger. The Pennsylvania Laborers District Council, working hard every day. My people.
Have an issue in your community? Talk about it now with Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Before I go any further, I got to tell you something cool. We're going to have her on the air here in a second. These two sisters sent us this flyer, and they were insanely upset. And they hadn't talked to their brother. This is a true story. In 5 months, they thought he was dead. Heroin addict. And they wanted us to help find him. And so we posted it all over social. We had them on the air. It's a true story. And I got this. This is why I love this damn job. I don't give a crap what happens. There are moments when a lightning bolt hits you and you're like, damn. That moment happened last night at, let me get to the right time here, 10:17. Now, my old lazy ass goes to bed at 10 o'clock, but I heard the phone going nuts, so I pick it up. And this phone says, here's the exact verbatim quote, Marty, he's alive. Marty, he's alive. And this young man who I thought was dead, they're out there putting up, and this is the drama of fentanyl and heroin. And I'm here with Anthony Coghill, who I love because he's a leader, and he knows this because he lives this stuff. He sees it. When you have a family member on the streets and you don't know where they're at, it's hell, isn't it, Anthony?
Sure is.
I mean, it's a living hell, brother.
Yes, sir.
And so these two sisters call us. We have them on the air, and then we put all this stuff out in social. Well, this young man who was an addict went to a rehab and cleaned himself up, sees the social media posts, and calls his sister last night and says, I'm alive. Now, that's kind of cool. It's these small victories. And honestly, one of the reasons why I have Anthony Coghill here today, I My man, you know me by now, and I know you're the same way. I felt like we turned a corner yesterday on 2nd Avenue in Pittsburgh. Did you feel that vibe, sir?
No question, Marty. No question. And large thanks for you and the piece that we did together that you called me on. And, you know, I know that you putting the spotlight on it is really what pushed that thing to be cleaned up.
Well, tell me, though, that was wild yesterday, Anthony. That was an army of people. That wasn't just one guy with a broom.
Mm-hmm.
How did that get together? How did that go down, sir?
Well, I think it started with your piece that we did. We did that little walk around, and we showed it on camera as to, and many people go by that every day, and it's deplorable. You saw, you know, the mass of garbage and filth, and you know the conditions there were just terrible. So something had to be done. I credit you, I really do, for getting us out there and getting that on camera and telling the story. You have a broad audience, and I was glad to do it for that reason. And that's probably what prompted it. Now, they put up, it didn't happen right away, but they put up notice, get any valuables, any of your belongings, get it out, and then we're coming in. And I'll tell you another thing.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, in large part, you know, the Office of Community Health and Safety that we have inside the city of Pittsburgh, it's funded through the Stop the Violence Fund. They've been doing really good things for me lately. They've cleaned up several areas, not just this area. So they were on the forefront of that. Ben Talek, who works there, and Director Alacon.
Nice.
They are committed to it, and I called them over a situation that I had near the Liberty Tunnels. I didn't know who else to call. I mean, who do you call to clean up hypodermic needles and garbage?
Oh, wow.
But I don't think that was their key, focus when they formed this office, but they have now become very valuable asset for coming in and cleaning up these areas. So I'm grateful for them that they've taken this on.
Anthony, I mean, look at that video, my man. You could eat off those sidewalks.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm gonna take a drive by on my way out of here.
My man, they steam.
Great,
Patrick, right?
Power
Patrick,
wash.
they steam cleaned it. It was amazing. I mean, wasn't it, Patrick? We were kind of blown away, weren't we?
Yeah, I mean, it was a huge task. We've seen the garbage pile up, the stolen bicycle parts. That cardboard condo that was set up. I mean,
mattresses,
tents,
pets, crates. The narrative, Anthony, is that, and I got this backlash from Bethany Hallam, who you respect, and I do too, who said, how the hell could we celebrate this? That man living in that cardboard house, she was serious, no longer has a home. I told her that's not where a man needs to live. Don't you agree, sir?
I have a lot of respect for Bethany Hallam, but that is not fair to the people who are staying out there in that filth. I respect Bethany's opinion, but really we have the county, and the county executive was finding housing, I thought, for pretty much everybody they could. And the idea is to get he or whoever else was in need down there on the list for housing and get them a safe place where they have hot water and heat.
I talked to Aaron Stauber. He's a billionaire. He owns 20 buildings downtown, including one Oxford,
yes,
including the Golf Tower.
Rugby?
Huh? Yeah.
Rugby.
My man. Okay, I love him. I love him. You know why?
I like him too.
He loves his town.
That's right.
I sent him a text, and I was saving this for you because I wanted your response.
Okay.
And I love him, and I love his enthusiasm. It's just like yours, except he's rich. I said verbatim, are we better off with Corey, meaning the mayor? You know what he said? Infinitely. Is that a fair statement, sir?
Yes.
It is?
Yes.
Explain, please.
Well, there's so many different areas, Marty, but let's start with the nonprofits, okay? Yeah. This administration decided to take them to task, take them to court, to not sit down at the table and negotiate anything with them. Right. UPMCs of the world and Highmarks, they have better, bigger attorneys than we do. And if we're going to take them to court, it's a no-win situation for me, I feel, not for the city, certainly. It cost us probably close to $1 million just in fighting certain properties that we're trying to get on a tax roll that they own. Parking lots, mostly. That's the only thing we identified that we could actually, get taxpayer tax money for.
Right.
So just that alone, Corey, he comes in, you hear him talk about, we all know the dire condition our fleet is in.
Sir. Yes, sir.
You hear him talking about UPMC sitting down at the table with them, treating them like a partner, not like an enemy.
Right.
And let's start by negotiating vehicles, especially ambulances, right? We are delivering their patients. We all know the dire condition this fleet is in. So that is just common sense.
No, I love the idea, brother.
Right.
I thought it was brilliantly pragmatic.
And, you know, the nonprofits, they want to sit down. They want to come to a deal.
I have friends in high places there.
They want to help the
They're
city.
all into what you're saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's go.
Absolutely. So no, I am just a simple thing like that. Spending, okay? We went over this last time I was here. We took out a $62 million loan for affordable housing. We all sympathize. We all feel we need affordable housing. But that $62 million, we could have bought a whole new fleet of vehicles. So, you know.
Hold on. What happened to that?
I don't know. I have not seen any results yet. You know, I know that it passed. I voted against it, for the record. We're only getting $30 million at a principal to spend on affordable housing. That money will be distributed to all the nonprofits that build affordable housing.
At $800,000 a pop for a $200,000 house.
$500,000 a pop for one affordable house. So if you add it up, we spent $62 million for 60 homes, 60 affordable homes. So in what world does that make sense? You tell me. So $32 million of that is in interest.
Can you hang?
Yes, sir.
Anthony Coggo, what a pleasure. My man gets it. He just does, and I feel there's hope. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
All right, Marty, what's up is one accident right now. We're dealing with this. The good news is while it's near the Parkway West, it is well off to the side of the road and not impeding your main lanes of travel as you head inbound toward town. It's off by the Bell Avenue ramp, which comes down off of the Parkway between the Roslyn Farms on-ramp and the area where you round the bend to pass Carnegie's on-ramp and then head up over the hill. So you could maybe see some of the flashing lights from the Parkway West, but we're not seeing that it's causing any slowdowns there. So that's the good news. As you try to get a little bit closer to the tunnels, you certainly have minor slowdowns right around the Banksville on-ramp before the Fort Pitt tunnels. Parkway East inbound and outbound, just minor slowdowns approaching the Squirrel Hill tunnels. If you are traveling inbound on the Parkway East 376, you need to know that you'll have some slowdowns around construction zone lane restrictions. This is as soon as you get on right around the Monroeville interchange from 22 and 48. Very slow on 376 through that lane pinch. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
You could think you found your dream home online. The kitchen island looks perfect for your inner chef. The backyard, a paradise for your green thumb. And that extra room, hello walk-in closet. But here's the twist. The lot next door just got rezoned for years of construction. And this sound, yeah, you're going to be hearing a lot of that. Don't let your dream home turn into a nightmare. Work with the expertise and ethical training of a Realtor, here to guide and help protect you from the surprises you didn't see coming. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors, right by you.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
So I interviewed a mother and daughter. They're both full-time nurses in Pittsburgh. Both got degrees from CCAC. Both of them have no debt. None. My daughter's best friend is going to Pitt as a junior. Her first 2 years at CCAC, no debt. It's amazing. They have 130 programs. CCAC.edu. CCAC rocks, believe me.
250 years ago, a promise was made to connect families and friends, near and far. And during the holidays, that promise is more important than ever. That's why USPS is building a better network to meet your needs, with timely deliveries, easy and affordable ways to ship, and everything you need to make your season full of holiday cheer. Our purpose is delivering your peace of mind, knowing your love will arrive bringing joy to all. The United States Postal Service. Learn more at USPS.com/holidays.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Is your home ready for the holidays? Beat the holiday rush. Call our cleaning heroes at Zero Res. 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $129 and take $50 off air duct cleaning. Book online anytime at ZeroResPGH.com.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
In my world, 2nd Avenue was a microcosm for what made Pittsburgh grimy. Some reporter reached out to me who's writing some piece on downtown with Pittsburgh Magazine. I love her and I love them, but here's my problem with downtown. It's grimy. And what do I mean? Go to Chicago, man. Walk that Miracle Mile. It ain't grimy. You feel like, whoa. Go to L.A. Go to L.A. Walk. Go to Midtown Manhattan. It doesn't have that grimy, beat up, urine smelling. It doesn't have that. And I've interviewed people who have been attacked downtown and beaten downtown and robbed downtown. And so I get beat up for lying about downtown. Ain't no lie. And my man Anthony Coghill saw the same thing I did and said, let's take a walk. So we walked downtown. I don't know, 150,000 people saw it. And what they saw, Anthony, was the damn truth. Number one, it's grimy, sir. Is it not grimy, sir?
It is. Filthy.
Filthy.
Yep.
It's embarrassing.
It is. It's 2nd Avenue Common. When you drove by there, that's what prompted me. When you called me, I said, let's go, Marty. Let's grab that camera of yours, because what a disgrace for anybody who's visiting our town, and a disgrace for the people who are actually forced to live out there.
And so he went into action. And yesterday it was like a flotilla, man. It was like a military invasion of cops and public works guys kicking ass. I am telling you, you could eat an omelet off that sidewalk today on 2nd Avenue. What does that tell you, Anthony, that we can do whatever we want here, right? And we can do it right.
That's right. I think if you bring attention to it, and I think, the response I got from my district and from people from all over the city, they were so grateful just to see it clean. And Marty, making it clean, going down there like they did yesterday with all those trucks and all our public works, which I love our public works.
Yes,
they do a great job. But, it's an easy thing to do. It's cheap. And it's the most important thing I think we could do for downtown is making sure it's clean, not only downtown, in and around the districts as well. So yeah, it's it goes a long way, just a little bit of elbow grease.
But we both get presented as guys that don't give a damn and mentally ill and drug addicted. When I was with Anthony, every single person he stopped, how can I help? Here's my cell phone. Here's where you can get help. It ain't about we don't care. We do care. We want them in a better place, not in a damn cardboard boxer, right?
We're there because we care.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And yeah, and everybody we met, everybody, and I do this everywhere. I don't do it just when I'm on camera with you. I say, are you looking for housing? Are you on the list for housing? What can we do to help you? Because I want to get them off the streets. It's very dangerous, especially coming up on winter. So anything I can do, my office, direct them in the right spots and get the right people to help them is what I try to do.
So back to Aaron Stauber, who owns 20 buildings downtown. He's a billionaire. And he feels that we're infinitely more better off with Corey. And in his opinion, it isn't so that a rich guy can become richer. It's so that they can do their job, so they can finish out the Gulf Tower, so they can reinvigorate downtown, so that they can get permits, Anthony, so they're not buried in you've got to have this much housing for this many people. Pittsburgh will grow, and we will see a downtown flourish. Do you have that feeling, sir?
I'm very optimistic with the new administration coming in, yes.
Why is it different, sir? Why?
Well, I think when you look at Corey and you listen to what he has to say and you hear what he had to say on the campaign trail, he's going to be pro-development.
Yeah.
He's not about looking after the rich cats and just trying to get, finances from them. He really cares. And I think Corey has a really good head on his shoulders. I think he's got a good business acumen about him. And he knows that we have to make things downtown easier for development, not harder. And that comes in the way of permitting. That comes in the way of zoning. That comes in the way of a lot of issues that are strapping these developers from wanting to do anything downtown. They're looking in the suburbs.
Let me read this.
Yep.
Hi, Marty. It's Kevin. Anthony Coghill is a great representative for the people. When I lived in this neighborhood on Pine Castle Street, he helped shovel the hill going down by hand. Listen to this, Patrick.
Yes.
By hand with a few of our residents.
Right.
He walks the walk and talks the talk. Did you do that?
I did do that, sir. Yes. I did. Great exercise for me, first of all. But no, Pine Castle was very dangerous, and there's about 40 homes on that street that they have to get. There's no other way than getting down that hill. And at the time, and it's still, I'm afraid today, probably going to be throughout this winter, we didn't have the resources. We don't have the vehicles. We don't have the necessary equipment to clean our streets in a timely manner. So, I thought the best thing, I said, I'll just shovel this damn street myself. Yes, sir. Yes.
Damn. Hey, so we had Rachel Heisler. By the way, I love that woman. She's very actuarial.
Yeah.
She's very honest.
Yeah.
She says we need $200 million to fix the fleet. She said half of the snow plows were busted up last year, and she says we need to have some kind of partnership with someone, including the nonprofits, to make this a better place for. Can you see that happening too?
Yeah, I love Rachel. She's a strong advocate. Her and I are usually on the same page as things. She sees things the way I see them. I appreciate her advocacy. $200 million. I mean, we don't need $200 million today. It would be great. It would be great to buy. Yeah, of course. That's buying new vehicles for every department across the board. But we are getting soaked financially by the repairs of these older vehicles. Most of these vehicles are 10 plus years old, hundreds of thousands of miles on them. It's costing us a small fortune just to repair these vehicles. So we're in a rut. And again, I point back to this, Marty. Had we done the right thing with that American Rescue Plan money, we put over $100 million into the URA and affordable housing. We could have right-sized our fleet right there. Instead, we're going to get 60 new homes for people who I hope, well-deserving. And
$1 million each.
$500,000.
$500,000.
That's right. That's what it costs. By the time you get it to the nonprofit, they have their management. They have, their subcontractors. So, you're building it at an outrageous rate. Wow. And quite frankly, Marty, I want to do everything we can for affordable housing. But we do it, the city's obligation is in the way of zoning, permitting, licensing. That's how we make it right for the developers to come in and actually do it. You can subdivide lots, let developers build 2 little homes on one single lot if we want. There's a lot of things we can do. Buying our way out of it just puts us in jeopardy and puts our residents in jeopardy in the tune of, we're down $200 million that we've soaked into affordable housing, and we have a fleet that we can't put on the road.
Hey, before you go, man, do we have to raise taxes next year?
I will not vote to raise taxes until and unless we scrape every little penny. And that means looking at every single contract that comes in to our desk. And if it means laying people off, it means laying people off. I want to attract people to the city of Pittsburgh. I don't think that's the way to do it by raising their taxes. It already costs a lot of money. And people don't feel like they get the services that they would in Mount Lebanon or Dormont or
they don't.
Castle. That's right. They don't. So to raise taxes on people is not the... I want to exhaust every effort. The elephant in the room is the reassessments. We're waiting for the county executive to start that. That'll take 2 years from the time you decide to do it until you can start, till it will make a difference in our bottom line. So that's the elephant in the room. But will I raise taxes? No. I hear other council members talking about it. Not until or unless we make every cut, whether it's jobs, whether it's contracts, whether it's things we're buying. I think we could save millions of dollars. And Marty, just give me a second because, a couple years ago, there were a couple contracts. I'll just give you one for an example. The tasers for the police officers, right? We had an exorbitant amount that came to our table, $25 million over the next 5 years for new tasers.
I got to take a break. Can you hang for a minute?
Go.
All right, we've got to finish this up.
At Bowser Chevrolet, we're thankful for our customers, and we're showing it with incredible Red Tag savings all month long during the Chevy Red Tag sales event. Get a 2026 Equinox 2LT all-wheel drive and lease for only $299 a month, or get 0% for 36 months. Plus, the new 2026 Chevy Trax has arrived, and Bowser has over 70 in stock and ready to drive home. For well-qualified buyers, dealer doc fee of $477 applies. 36-month lease, 10,000 miles per year with $29.99 down. Tax, title, and fees not included. With approved credit through GM Financial. Offers end December 1st. Bowser Chevrolet Monroeville, BowserChevrolet.com.
Oh, that's the power
Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
44 with fog at 11:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Cranberry Township supervisors named a new police chief last night, Kenneth Ruckel. His first day leading Cranberry Police will be December 1st. Ruckel advanced from patrol officer with Allegheny County Police to detective, sergeant, and lieutenant, and was most recently a division commander. He's replacing the retiring Kevin Meyer. Station Square has a new owner, WS Development. It is a Massachusetts-based mixed-use developer with over 100 properties in the U.S. A release from the company does not mention the sale price. This sale follows a mortgage foreclosure suit by lenders demanding $143 million from Brookfield Properties. Pittsburgh Regional Transit says the Mount Washington Transit Tunnel is expected to reopen by the end of the year. The tunnel was closed in February to replace the tracks, restore the roadway, and repair the overhead electric lines. Well, we may not have ideal weather to play year-round, but Pennsylvania is ranked among the top states for golf. Here's News Radio KDKA's Paul Alexander.
According to Breakfast Balls Golf, Pennsylvania ranks 4th overall, just behind California, Florida, and New York. Breakfast Balls president and CEO says what makes a great golf destination is the right mix of quality courses, available coaches, and tournament opportunities. Pennsylvania checked the boxes impressively. 674 courses, 353 driving ranges, and 4 platinum clubs. The 2025 U.S. Open at Oakmont generated nearly $300 million in economic impact for the Commonwealth. Marion, outside of Philadelphia, will be hosting the 2030 U.S. Open. Oakmont and Marion are both top 10 courses in the country, according to Golf Digest. No wonder tee times are hard to come by. Paul Alexander, News Radio, KDKA.
On Wall Street, green numbers now across the board. The Dow Jones Industrials are up 361 points at 46,113. The Nasdaq ahead 60 points and the S&P 33. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:32. Our next update at noon. I'm Paul Rasmussen on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. You want a new physical therapy experience? You want a treatment plan centered on you? Monroeville Physical, spelled F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, is spelled different, because they are different. Monroeville Physical has new technology and an expert staff to give you a personalized experience to get you back to loving your life. Monroeville Physical, spelled F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, 412-457-8200. They help me dramatically love physical. Check it out.
At Audion Hearing, our mission is simple: to make better hearing affordable for everyone. This Black Friday, enjoy exclusive savings on our high-quality rechargeable hearing aids. Clear, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. And here's a study worth hearing. Research shows that wearing hearing aids can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 61%. Join over 1 million happy customers and shop Black Friday deals before they're gone at audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. Do you feel stupid for buying a timeshare? Don't. It's not your fault. You were most likely told you could rent it, and it was a great financial investment. And the deal was available today only. If this happened to you, contact your resort or Wesley Financial Group for help today.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-242-3131. 800-242-3131.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-608-0955. 800-608-0955. 800-608-0955.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
What's up is, Marty, we have construction zone lane restrictions that are causing some heavy delays as you try to access the inbound or westbound Parkway East 376 out by Monroeville. So be prepared for heavy traffic as you come inbound toward that intersection on 22, 48, and then getting onto the Parkway. Once you get past that, everything moves well for the most part down to the Squirrel Hill tunnels. Parkway West inbound is slow right around the runaway truck sand pile before the Fort Pitt tunnels. Some of the street closures for tomorrow night's light up night kick off at noon, so very shortly, the Roberto Clemente Bridge will close, along with the westbound Fort Duquesne Boulevard area between 7th and Stanwix, and Penn Avenue from 5th down to Stanwix Street as well. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred roofing replacement contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Gradually lifting the rest of the morning. It'll be cloudy and damp this afternoon with a high of 50. Periods of rain and drizzle tonight, especially early, though 42. Tomorrow, cloudy, damp start to the day with a bit of rain or drizzle. Then clouds break for some sun in the afternoon, the high 48. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Gobble, gobble, up some great savings at Coons Market for Turkey Day 2025. Isn't that right, Frank Dentisi?
Right, Rob. Save with your Coons Reward Card. USDA Grade A frozen honeysuckle white young turkeys, 98 cents a pound. Fresh southern yams, 47 cents a pound. And selected varieties of Marie Callender pies, 24.5 to 42-ounce boxes, 2 for $10. Additional savings in our meat department. USDA Grade A frozen honeysuckle white young turkey breast, $1.39 a pound. And wild-caught fresh Alaskan cod fillets are $10.99 a pound. In the produce department, all-purpose Idaho potatoes, 8-pound bag, $2.88 each. And Little Leaf Farms leaf lettuce, 4-ounce packages, 2 for $6. In the deli department, pumpkin mousse is $5.99 a pound. And this week, selected varieties of Heinz Homestyle gravy, 12-ounce jars, $1.69 each.
How do you find the Coons Market nearest you? Click on coonsmarket.com. Happy Thanksgiving from Coons Market, a Pittsburgh and holiday tradition.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
We have reached the end of the week. Wow, this is great. It's a Friday. Glad to be with you. Colin Dunlap 2 to 6 today, right here.
Anthony Cargo with us. Let me grab this call, Anthony. Hold on. James, thanks for your patience. Go ahead.
Hi, Marty. Hey, I'm driving, but I'm no longer using PRT. But I will say that when I left 2nd Avenue Commons in July of 23, and I moved up onto the hill, and when I was riding PRT, now that I'm driving again, I was speaking with certain people on the street that were homeless and whatnot, going into like Jubilee Kitchen and the other, right, like Red Door and whatnot. And I am being told that Allegheny Link, which is down in 1 Smithfield, Human Services Building, they are not treating those people properly. They are lining up in saying, okay, we can get you into Wood Street Commons as an SOE, 1 room only, but they're not doing enough.
No,
so could you please
I've heard this.
into that?
I've heard this. That's actually a brilliant phone call and actually a spot on, Anthony. My concern is that I've heard from folks, you take someone who's mentally ill, homeless, drug addicted, and alcoholic, and you move them into a 1-room apartment. That doesn't help because you're not solving the problem. You're just putting them in a box. Is that fair? And we got to do more, right?
That's right. Absolutely. It's hard. Let me tell you, there's no easy answers.
No, there isn't.
In fact, a lot of the folks you talk to out on the street, which I engage with them all the time, they always say, oh, well, I'm on the list for housing. I'm on the list for housing. When we go on to find out they're not on the list for housing. Yeah. So, I don't know, maybe some of them just don't want to be housed or I know a lot of them don't want to go into the shelters. Shelters are dangerous. Shelters, there's issues there, Thank God. I'm glad we have 2nd Avenue Common. I'm glad PNC and other partners stepped up and built that place. And I don't know where we would be without it. But at the same time, it's not the most pleasant place to live.
Let's get back to your conversation about the tasers. Go ahead.
Yes. So you were talking about raising taxes.
Yes, sir.
Until I expend every effort to, so that we don't have to raise taxes. And I was pointing to when we, some time ago, a contract came to us for the tasers of $25 million over 5 years. And we don't have the ability as council to renegotiate contracts, but we do have the ability to refuse it, to not spend the money. So I gave it back to the administration after, myself and other council members deliberated about it. And we said, this is too much money. Can we get a better price? They picked up the phone. They talked to, Director, Lee Schmidt, called the company, and they took $5 million right off the top for us. So that's the type of things that we need to do. We need to turn every leaf over. That's just one little thing, okay? So we can do a lot before we have to even talk about raising taxes. I think we need to show to the residents of the city of Pittsburgh that we're going to be responsible with their money before we go raising their taxes. And responsible is cutting out a lot of the fat.
My observation with Gainey, with all due respect to Ed, was it was us versus him. He was never really part of the process of engaging with council. And I mean never, sir. Is that fair?
Certainly with me, it is fair, yes.
Did you ever, in his tenure, have a meeting with him, one-on-one, face-to-face?
I did not.
Not once?
Nope. In fact, last time I was on your show, I think it's been 3 years since I even spoke to the man.
Is that effective government, sir?
Not for me.
Right?
Not for me. I always joke with Bill Peduto. I said, I apologized to him because I didn't have anything to grade him on, right? I came in, he was the mayor when I was first elected. I said, but now that I can grade you on the curve, I said, you were a damn good mayor. I said, compared to what we have, I believe.
And Corey has a policy that's open door, from what I'm told. Is that fair?
Corey's always been an open door with me. We go way back. I like a lot of the hires he has made. Still looking for some more representation from the South Hills, which I'm sure will come.
Yes, sir.
But no, his hires that he has made, and I'll start with Dan Gilman. When he was with the Peduto administration, he would be in my office every week. We would get things done. I would give him a list. We joke. He says, give me your list. He'd start crossing things off. We can do that. We can't do this. We can do that. And that goes to building the new Public Works division I have. A Berg Place, a big development up on Brownsville Road in Carrick that's going through. Yeah. All done through the Peduto administration. I will say I've gotten not a whole lot done with this administration in the way of development and things like that. So, and that's the lack of communication. That's what I'm looking forward to, Dan Gilman to come back in my office every week and start going over my list again. Right? That's right. That's right.
The reason why I like Anthony Coggo is he gives a damn and he makes a difference. And we kind of think alike. And I wanted, while he was here and he saw this happen, a guy that I love comes to the front door and he gives Tamara an envelope and says, give it to Marty. This is how this show works sometimes. It gets me very emotional. And I open the envelope. It's got $1,000 in it. And all my man says, and he's a player and wants to be anonymous, just dropped an envelope off for you. Please give it to someone that really needs it, preferably someone with kids. But your call. My point is, Anthony, if we don't care, they don't care. But if we care, they care. And together we can care and we can make a hell of a difference. Not just a cliche, is it, sir?
Marty, it's amazing what you do here at this show. First of all, putting the spotlight on 2nd Avenue Commons. Now we see we can eat off that sidewalk.
Yeah, we can.
You are an asset to the city of Pittsburgh in so many ways. I see what you do, raising money and getting roofing contractors that come and replace roofs and boilers and, air conditioners and everything else. So I hope people realize what good you bring to the city of Pittsburgh. But, I'm a big fan.
Hey, before you go, my man, what do you say about this picture from the airport? What do you think?
Well, I know it wasn't Mrs. Casados that oversaw that because I think she does a wonderful job and she's a great asset. But, yes, certainly somebody that didn't know too much about that event or the Immaculate Reception. But, yeah, I'm a little surprised that, I'm sure it'll be quickly fixed. But, yeah.
So the photograph shows the Immaculate Reception. This is the new airport, $2 billion airport. It shows the fourth quarter, shows the wrong time, it shows Franco catching the ball, and then it shows the wrong score. It shows Steelers 12, Raiders 7. It was Steelers 13, Raiders 7. It's wrong.
Well, at least they didn't have us losing the game.
I guess so. Thanks, brother.
You got it. Thank you, Marty. I appreciate it. Thank you, Patrick.
Legend.
Yep. Thank you.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up, my friend?
Well, what's up, Marty, is an accident. This is in Churchill Borough on Lower Rodi Road at Lugay Road, so you will find crews rolling up on the scene there and slowdowns around that. Slowdowns around construction, making it a little bit tough for you to get in and out of the Monroeville interchange of the Parkway East. We had earlier lane restrictions that have some minor slowdowns for you after you get onto the Parkway from Route 48 and Monroeville, and now we have slowdowns as well as you are exiting to Route 48 in Monroeville, trying to get over to 22 or elsewhere in that vicinity. Parkway East on the inbound ride is slow for you at Edgewood Swissvale. You have a lineup of traffic on the Parkway West that's not too tough, but it's fluctuating, and right now it backs for you right around the Parkway Center Mall on-ramp before the inbound Fort Pitt Tunnel. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. All the time I'm talking about auto accidents, big crashes, big wrecks. Call 1-800-GET-PHIL or 412-281-5005. Look, Phil DiLucente and Associates, they're in Pittsburgh. They give free, that's right, free consultations. Phil and Ken Nolan, his partner, handle auto cases. I've worked with them a lot. So call 1-800-GET-PHIL. Call Ken Nolan and Phil DiLucente now at 1-800-GET-PHIL today. They're the best, folks.
This holiday season, support Independence Health System's Clarion Hospital Foundation Caring Angel program and help make a meaningful difference for children and families facing medical hardships. Join us for the second annual Caring Angel Basket Event and 50-50 raffle happening November 17th through the 22nd at the Clarion Hospital lobby. Browse beautiful donated baskets, purchase tickets, and help bring hope to those in need. For details, visit independence.health/Caring Angel.
At Bowser Chevrolet, we're thankful for our customers, and we're showing it with incredible red tag savings all month long during the Chevy Red Tag Sales Event. Get a 2026 Equinox 2LT all-wheel drive and lease for only $299 a month, or get 0% for 36 months. Plus, the new 2026 Chevy Trax has arrived, and Bowser has over 70 in stock and ready to drive home. For well-qualified buyers, dealer doc fee of $477 applies. 36-month lease, 10,000 miles per year with $29.99 down. Tax, title, and fees not included. With approved credit through GM Financial. Offers end December 1st. Bowser Chevrolet Monroeville, BowserChevrolet.com.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/life.
Hearing the news every day is one thing. Hearing it hit home is something altogether different. That's the difference you hear every day on KDKA Radio. We go beyond the benign headlines and bring the news to life. Your life. So stay here and hear the news and what a difference it makes. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Hey, folks, Marty here. Beat the crowd. Shop Black Friday now at Levin Furniture and Mattress. My friend Robert Levin and his team are the lowest prices of the year on furniture and mattresses. Incredible hot buys. Plus, take 25% off store-wide. Leave your wallet at home. Get 5-year special financing on qualifying purchases of $24.99 or more. No money down, plus guaranteed low prices on top mattress brands. Black Friday now at Levin Furniture and mattress.
You have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-700-6898. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-700-6898. That's 800-700-6898 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-700-6898. 800-700-6898.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. Northside restaurant Taqueria Acosta at Fat Cat announced on social media that it's closing its doors. The history of the space at 520 East Ohio Street is somewhat complex. Restaurateur Chris Acosta first started running Taqueria Acosta as a pop-up during the COVID-19 pandemic, expanding to do pop-ups around the city. In 2023, the brick-and-mortar space opened as Fat Cat, a restaurant and music venue backed by members of the team behind the nearby restaurant Fig and Ash. But the stay was short-lived. It closed after just 7 months in March of last year. Acosta then took over the space in November and had run it as Taqueria Acosta at Fat Cat, also referred colloquially as Taco Cat. Also, Aldi has officially opened its new store on Banksville Road yesterday, bringing its number of stores within the city of Pittsburgh to 6. The opening, which was confirmed by an employee, further expands Aldi's presence in western Pennsylvania as part of an aggressive expansion in the United States. The location at 2515 Banksville Road and what until recently operated as a Staples store, which Aldi negotiated with the landlord to take over for a new store, an approach that limited assortment grocer also used for its store in Lawrenceville, taking over what had been a Shop and Save. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to PittsburghBusinessTimes.com. I'm Mike Larson.
He's live, he's local, he's Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
I always call Sam, and he knows this, when I have a problem that needs solved and when I need some common sense, a pragmatic solution. Sam is the guru. Plus, he has integrity, and he does everything above board. He's professional, and he's honest. In the construction business, with all due respect, it's kind of a sketchy area sometimes. And I always bring in Sam to kind of clear the fog of this thing. Sam Milligan, how are you, brother?
I'm good, Marty. How you doing?
I brought this up before, and I don't know the answer for these folks, but you always seem to have some kind of solution. Here's what I find out, and this is the truth, Sam. You'll go into a house, and you will see a $100,000 problem, and they got $22,000. And so what happens, and I've seen this, and I know you live it, they hire some dude who says, I'll do it for 18, and then they get screwed. Right, Sam?
Yep.
Right?
Over and over and over again. Yeah.
Because, kind of explain this, though, Sam. People have unrealistic expectations, and sometimes when a contractor who's legit like you tells them the truth, like, nah, hell no, I don't want that, right?
Yeah. It sadly happens a lot more often than you'd like.
No. So explain the philosophy to me and how you present things and how people need to understand how this stuff works.
Oh, yeah, just for understanding, like, the true cost of a project and everything. So, yeah. So part of when we go into a home, we're starting from scratch, brand new deck or new roof or new siding.
Yeah.
We don't want them to just take our word for it. We're not just pulling numbers out of thin air. Like, we appropriately cost everything. We know exactly what the costs are. And we put a fair and honest markup on those costs so we can make a profit as a business. But conveying that to people who maybe don't understand the cost of what they want can be hard. So we rely a lot on the cost versus value report. And that's like a national report that's compiled. They take thousands of remodeling companies and find the actual true cost based on materials, labor, level of quality, and all that stuff. And we just show that to people because it gives them a third-party objective, look, this is the going rate for doing a new roof, for doing hardy siding, for doing a new deck. And here's what we're presenting, and it's in line with those prices. Because again, we're not out here to make a bunch of money off of one person. We're here to offer a consistent service based on volume. That's a big part of our business is just fair and honest pricing.
Sam Milligan, callthecousins.com. So here's what happens. Using Mount Lebanon as an example. 80-year-old homes, 90-year-old homes with 80-year-old people in them, with all due respect. And what happens is they bring you in, Sam, and they say, well, we had this bathroom remodeled for $15,000. We want it done for $20 now, but now it's $40.
Yeah.
How they don't want it, they can't handle what's changed, can they, sir?
Yeah, I'd say one of the best lines we get all the time is, we may quote a project out that's 40, 50 grand, and the homeowner says, "Oh, I bought my house in 1970 for that much."
True.
Or I did the deck, 30 years ago for $5,000. It's like, well, a lot's changed since then.
But hold on, Sam. You laugh, but this is hard, brother. This is hard.
Yeah,
it is hard, right? Because people don't get it, do they, sir?
No, there's definitely, but that's part of our job is to bring people up to speed, especially if they haven't had any kind of home renovation done in 15, 20 years. Sometimes their price expectation is way different.
It's crazy, Sam. So for instance, woman gets ripped off, and I feel bad, and Patrick was sitting there for this story. She gave some idiot who stole 10 grand from her. And so then the guy says to me, well, she has $6,000 left to remodel a bathroom. Well, you can't do that for $6,000. You know what I'm saying, Sam? It's hard, man. Right?
Yeah. Yep, it is. And the only thing that we try to help people in that situation with is we do have like in-home financing that we offer.
Yeah.
Super long extended payments, 0 interest plans. That helps people get over the hump, especially if it's an emergency situation like a roof or something that just needs to be done. They can't save up for the next 5 years because the roof's leaking and things like that. But it's tough, man. It's tough when you come behind that and that's happened to them because then they feel very spurned. And that's always a tough situation.
Sam Milligan, callthecousins.com, callthecousins.com. Honesty is tough because you can't cut a deal with a good contractor. You can't expect to get a $50,000 job for 20 grand. You just can't. So then when you hire the guy for 20 grand, you can't expect a good job. Can you, Sam? You can't.
No, a lot of times it's not even enough to cover the material.
Right on.
So it's like you got to wonder, like he knows that.
Right on.
So his intentions aren't good from the get-go.
No, he's chasing the check. He's chasing the rabbit. Yeah. He's chasing another payment.
Yep. Or he's using that money to pay off another job he's in debt on.
Boom. It's horrible, man. Sam Milligan, callthecousins.com. He's honest. He has integrity. Every time I have a problem, I call him. He always has a reasonable solution. Hey, man, you guys still cleaning gutters?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. I'll text you later. We got a mess at our house. Sam the man. Callthecousins.com. It's great information. You know why? Because he's the best.
When you need to know, depend on the news leader. At home, in your car, or at work. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM, AM 1020, and KDKARadio.com.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Folds of Honor has been meeting Sacrifice with Hope since 2019 in Western Pennsylvania. It's their honor to empower people through education and the opportunities it creates. 41% of Folds of Honor scholarships are awarded to minorities, making recipient families as diverse as the country we call home. Folds of Honor has earned the Gold Star Platinum Seal as well as a 4 out of 4 stars ranking on Charity Navigator. You can become a Folds of Honor wingman today at westernpa.foldsofonor.org. Please donate today. Spitzer Toyota of Monroeville is a proud supporter of Folds of Honor.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on.
If you are facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois.
Hey, folks, Marty here. Beat the crowd. Shop Black Friday now at Levin Furniture and Mattress. My friend Robert Levin and his team are the lowest prices of the year on furniture and mattresses. Incredible hot buys. Plus, take 25% off store-wide. Leave your wallet at home. Get 5-year special financing on qualifying purchases of $24.99 or more. No money down, plus guaranteed low prices on top mattress brands. Black Friday now at Levin Furniture and Mattress.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 45, overcast skies at 12 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. A video released by 6 Democrats, one of them Representative Chris DeLuzio, encourages the military to ignore what the lawmakers say are illegal orders. President Trump called that video seditious behavior punishable by death. Now, the congressman comment on this morning on the Big K Morning Show.
I'm one of the people targeted here for murder, and I've certainly gotten lots of death threats as a result of what the president has said.
That 90-second video first posted early Tuesday. A panel President Trump asked to review the operations of FEMA have reached a consensus. The agency should continue to exist. That finding is at odds with past comments made by the president suggesting FEMA should be eliminated. The weather should cooperate for light up night on Saturday in downtown Pittsburgh. Matt Brody with the National Weather Service says it should dry out just in time for the festivities.
We'll have rain coming in later on this morning with the bulk of it coming through overnight into the early morning hours tomorrow, and those showers should taper off tomorrow afternoon.
Temperature-wise, it'll be chilly but seasonal. Steelers stars and Hollywood billionaire Thomas Tull brought excitement to Pittsburgh students today. They unveiled a new initiative to support high school sports. Here's News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush in the newsroom.
Thomas Tull joined a packed gym at Pittsburgh Science and Technology Academy to unveil the Tull Family Foundation's new Team Up initiative. Tull told students that sports were a lifeline for him growing up.
And I think it's important that young people have an opportunity for education, and they have an opportunity to play sports and play it in a dignified way, where they get to wear real uniforms in a safe environment.
And Steelers quarterback Ben Roethlisberger spoke about the impact athletics had on his own life, drawing cheers from the crowd.
If it wasn't for sports, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have gone to college. We didn't have the money to go either. I played football, basketball, and baseball all the way to my senior year. And if I wasn't able to do that, I wouldn't have gone to Miami. I wouldn't have got sacked by James Harrison, who left, thank goodness.
Through the program, 9 local school districts will share more than $2 million in grants aimed at strengthening high school athletics. In the newsroom, Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
82 million Americans are going to travel for Thanksgiving, millions by air. Earlier this week, the Transportation Secretary released a public service announcement asking airline passengers to be nice. Travel expert Bobby Laurie says it's something flight attendants have been saying for years.
Being nice to people just makes everyone's travel experience so much better, and it doesn't really take much to say please, thank you, or good morning.
On Wall Street, the Dow is up 628 points at 46,381. The Nasdaq up 222. The S&P is up 73. KDKA Sports, the Pens are back in action tonight. They're hosting the Wild at 7. Tomorrow on KDKA Radio, the Whippeal Football Championships from Acrisure Stadium. Our coverage will start at 1. Also on Saturday, the Pittsburgh Riverhounds are playing Tulsa for the United Soccer League title. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick. 45 years of experience and thousands of 5-star reviews. TrustPJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 12:03, 45 with fog at Pittsburgh International. The AccuWeather forecast is next.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details. You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/radio to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/radio. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/radio. See representative for warranty details.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Areas of dense fog gradually lifting the rest of the morning. It'll be cloudy and damp this afternoon with a high of 50. Periods of rain and drizzle tonight, especially early, though 42. Tomorrow, cloudy, damp start to the day with a bit of rain or drizzle. Then clouds break for some sun in the afternoon, the high 48. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Dan owed an unbelievable amount of money to the IRS.
I got behind on my taxes. It's a horrible feeling.
He was in denial.
And when I got those letters from the IRS, you wanted to act like they didn't exist.
Finally, Dan turned to Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima got me a settlement with the IRS. These people are really people-friendly. It was every bit of a new lease on life for me.
The fast action and the great results made Dan's head spin.
I felt like I was in a dream, but it's real, and I have paperwork to prove it. They got the job done, and life is good.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation.
If you're worried about what's going to happen with the IRS, stop worrying. Make the call now.
Call 800-608-0955. 800-608-0955. 800-608-0955.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Retirement. It's almost here. Are you ready? Well, join Kurt Kanodik and Ethan Lane of Accurate Solutions Group for your retirement blueprint. Let Kurt and Ethan help you plan for your retirement dreams. Don't miss your retirement blueprint Sundays at 10. Investment advisory services offered through ASG Investment Management, LLC.
It's Marty Griffin on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
So there's a specific case in Mount Lebanon right now, and we were warned as parents that, in fact, there are a couple cases where teens have become victims of sextortion. And the Wall Street Journal did a piece where 3 boys killed themselves over this. And what is it? They use AI. They create this image, and Patrick has seen this. We've discussed this. They create a persona. And Patrick, they reach out to these boys with this AI, which has made it even more complex and real. and they pretend that they're their girlfriend, right?
Yeah, boys and girls.
But
They're
mostly
targeting everyone.
boys.
Yep.
We're going to stick with the truth here. Mostly boys. That's the biggest issue that the FBI is seeing and local cops. And tell people what they do then, Patrick, because this is crazy, man.
Well, they get them to send revealing photos, and then they turn around and they blackmail them.
They act like they're their girlfriend.
Yeah, they pretend to be their girlfriend. They get them emotionally involved, get them to send, explicit photos, and really...
Or money even.
Yeah, even cash.
Kids have killed themselves.
Yep.
And then gets me all the way back to where we're at with AI. Fine. It's wonderful. Fine. It's a beautiful thing. However, Trump is trying to draft an executive order right now so that states cannot enact their own AI laws, which is scary as hell, so that states don't have control over what the hell's happening in their backyard, which is scary as hell. And I love this organization because they give a damn, and it's Mothers Against Media Addiction. And both of these women, in my world, are heroic figures because they're out front on it, and they're not going to stop until we save some lives. Hi, Julie. How are you?
I'm fine, Marty. How are you? Thanks for having me today.
Fantastic. Hi, Christine. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Julie's background is insane. Former New York Times reporter, knows the landscape. You're also probably as afraid as I am, or more so, about the possibilities here, right, Julie?
Absolutely. I mean, I started Mama because as a journalist, I was reporting on the national emergency in youth mental health and growing rates of suicide, not just in our adolescents, but in our tweens, which are kids as young as 9 and 10. And I realized that was happening because social media companies were sending children the most horrific content, including content about how to self-harm that, no parent wants their child to see. And so the folks in Washington have just been so slow to implement basic safeguards, and we have always safeguarded our media, whether it's radio or television or newspapers. There's always basic rules about responsibility and accountability. And so now what they're doing is they're threatening to create what's called like a federal moratorium that would stop states from passing laws. I mean, it's crazy, and I don't think our states will stand for it.
Julie Scelfo, the founder of Mama. Hey, Julie, what about the folks who say, oh, these are just a bunch of helicopter paranoid moms? What do you say to them?
I'm the opposite. My husband grew up upstate New York in the country. He literally has a chainsaw scar on his arm, and we have always let our kids go outside. They ride dirt bikes. They play. We are not helicopter parents. But I can tell you every single week, unfortunately, I talk to parents whose children have died because they were sent drug sales and it turned out to have fentanyl. Their kids were sextorted. There are so many cases of sextortion that you were talking about that the FBI cannot keep up. Now, what's even scarier is that there are these online terrorist nihilist groups that are encouraging kids to hurt themselves. And so just this week, there was a recall of a teddy bear because there was AI in it. And when children were talking to it, this AI teddy bear was encouraging them to have sexual conversations and told kids They told kids to go get knives and play with them. I mean, you can't even make this stuff up. Whoa. It's crazy. So I think AI technology has a lot of promise, and there's a lot of good that we can do, but we have to institute it in a way that is safe and responsible. And until the federal government gets their act together, I am very proud of all of our state lawmakers that are passing laws to ensure AI is safe for kids. And I hope that every lawmaker listening will stand up and say that it's just criminal to include this. They're talking about adding this moratorium in the National Defense Bill. There's nothing to do with defense.
I want to bring Christine McComas into this. Christine, you lived this, by the way. You lost your daughter. Tell us what happened, and then tell us about Grace's Law, please.
Yes, I'm out of Maryland. I have 4 daughters, the third of whom was Grace. Grace was born a bright, happy light and was a well-adjusted teen doing all good things until A drug-assisted sexual assault was followed by incredibly vicious, dehumanizing, death-wishing, even terroristic threats over social media.
What?
And you know what? Yeah, things like snitches should have their fingers cut off one by one while they watch their families burn. Look, this child, we knew what was happening, and we couldn't get help for her. This was way back, okay? This was in 2011 and 2012. We lost her Easter Sunday of 2012 to a suicide. But we immediately began speaking out because people didn't understand what social media and cell phones were capable of doing and how things were working. And so less than a year after Grace died, we were able, through, it's really miraculous, but wonderful people came together, and a criminal statute, Grace's Law, got made. In 2018, Grace's Law 2.0 was made, which would cover things like sextortion and suicide baiting and things like that. I've been talking about this since 2012. I'm angry now, quite frankly, at this point.
Why wouldn't you be?
We have been, there's a group of Parents SOS. We all have lost children to different social media harms, but we have been on Capitol Hill since 2022 talking to legislators. And the senators who, they all sat down with us. They heard us. They almost passed, well, it did pass through the Senate last year, bipartisan, which is a big deal in this day and age, 91-3 to get the Kids Online Safety Act through. And then it went to the House where it had support to pass and was blocked because it wouldn't be brought to the floor by leadership. We in Maryland have the equivalent of the Kids Online Safety Act because Congress can't act or won't act. The Maryland Kids Code was made in 2024. But the problem is big tech money. They have billions and billions of dollars.
Hold on one second. Julie, are they protecting TikTok? Is this Trump protecting TikTok?
I can't say that it's that, but I think that Christine is exactly right, that there is so much money that big tech is throwing at a handful of politicians. You can actually go to a group called Issue One, and they have counted the number of lobbyists in Washington, and there is one lobbyist for the big tech lobby for every 2 elected leaders, and Meta alone has one lobbyist for every 5 elected leaders. So, women like Christine are this country's heroes, and she has been working to get state laws passed, like Grace's Law in Maryland. There are laws in other states, and it is our state lawmakers who have been standing up for kids and families. So what's being threatened right now, I don't know that Trump is protecting TikTok, but it does seem like the technology folks just want to give these tech companies a free pass, and they do not care what happens to us or our children. And it's we mothers at Mama and at other groups like Parent SOS that are saying enough is enough. We have to stand up. So if you're listening, please visit us at wearemama.org. We have a letter you can click on. It takes less than 30 seconds to send it, and please contact your lawmakers and tell them not to let this crazy state law preemption pass.
Yeah, I mean, I just got a note from my producer, and it's true. Musk, Zuckerberg, Tim Cook, they've all been at Trump's table, and it scares and intimidates a lot of people. Christine McComas, what should mothers do right now? What should parents do?
Right now, with the threat of this either executive order or preemption, I'm telling you that it will be a deadly decision for kids either way. They need to contact their representatives. They could call. There's a congressional switchboard. If you come to Grace McComas Memorial on Facebook, you can see that number. You can call. They tell you. They connect you right to whoever your representatives are, and you can tell them that this must not happen. And if you have time, I have a quick story that I think everyone needs to hear. Through Grace McComas Memorial, parents reach out for help, especially when their kids are being harmed by bullying or anything that is happening related to social media. But a couple years ago, a parent came and said that they had been contacted by the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, along with the Maryland Task Force, the state police, against internet crimes against children, and they thought that her daughter might be making porn. And when they look into it, it ends up that the girl's face from when there was a photo online from when she was 12 years old and on a beach vacation was used on the other bodies on the outside and inside of XXX porn sites. And not only that, it gets worse. Not only is that happening, and it's across like 15 different sites, but the men were not only paying to get into those sites, they were paying because they thought they were interacting with this girl, that they were paying to chat with her and to interact with her. And one of those men used reverse facial recognition to find her in real life.
Oh, my God.
And is trying to contact her. This is why we need laws. This is what's happening in real time, in real life. We were able to get, it's modest for the first go-round that we were able to get this year an AI law in Maryland that does, gives some protections against things like this, or gives you some things that you could do should this happen to you. And if this exempt preemption goes through, we don't know what AI is going to be capable of. Chatbots have, kids are now dying from chatbots.
Okay, ladies, I got to go. What's the best way to contact you folks? I love this stuff. Julie, go ahead.
Find us at wearemama.org or on social media, Mothers Against Media Addiction.
Christine, I love your passion. You took a horrible, could have ended your life, and you started a new life and made a difference.
I hope so. We need to get it done. I won't rest until I know, we've done what we need to do to protect kids.
Anything you ever need. We have a platform that reached 20 million people last month. We're all in to help you in any way we can.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you both very much. Wow.
Thank you, Julie.
Wow.
Take care, everybody. Thank you, Christine. Bye.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
You could think you found your dream home online. The kitchen island looks perfect for your inner chef. The backyard, a paradise for your green thumb. And that extra room, hello walk-in closet. But here's the twist. The lot next door just got rezoned for years of construction. And this sound, yeah, you're going to be hearing a lot of that. Don't let your dream home turn into a nightmare. Work with the expertise and ethical training of a Realtor, here to guide and help protect you from the surprises you didn't see coming. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors, right by you.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the...
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your...
windshield wipers. eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying... just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Perry Calder, you know what JP says? AI there is attorney intelligence. Perry Calder, the best.
Progressive Insurance. Not only does Progressive let you bundle your insurance, they also give you round-the-clock protection. Quote today at Progressive.com.
UPMC, life-changing, life-saving information. I live it every day.
What does living your best nonstop life mean to you? Cheering on your team at that big game? A music festival with friends? A family vacation? Or maybe a vacation from your family? Live your best nonstop life with low fares and nonstop flights only at Allegiant.com.
Nonstop flights from Pittsburgh to Sarasota Bradenton, one way for as low as $57. Must be purchased by 12/3/2025 for travel between 10/28/2025 and 5/17/2026. Seats and dates are limited. Restrictions apply. See Allegiant.com for details.
Feeding a big family on Thanksgiving? Jones Turkey Farm has you covered. They offer extra large turkeys that will satisfy everyone. To find out more and save 25%, call Jones Turkey Farm today, 724-352-2450, or visit jonesturkeyfarm.com.
CBS Eye on Veterans from connectingvets.com. In the new book, Damn the Valley, Army combat veteran and former paratrooper Will Yeski blends his memories along with those of his fellow soldiers to paint a thrilling portrait of the fierce fighting in Afghanistan.
In that first round, you hear it, patunk, and everything stopped. And everybody watched this round just sail so far wide, and it goes over the whole village, and you hear it like explode maybe 100 meters in the distance. And then all of a sudden it all kicks back on, and he finds his mojo and unloads. Oh man, it must have been half the belt.
Sponsored by Progressive. We make the claims process easy, so you can get back on the road in no time. It's why over 43 million drivers trust Progressive. See for yourself at Progressive.com.
Hear about it, then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
So, the Wall Street Journal did this piece that had me in tears early in the morning several months ago. These sextortion scams. And they did 3 stories with 3 families that had sons who killed themselves, teenage boys. You can't think, well, my son wouldn't do that. It's so real to them. And this AI thing is so scary because what happens is young boys get into this social media thing and they don't have really much engagement with girls. Kind of afraid. So then this young, beautiful girl reaches out to them. Young, beautiful girl, and they start communicating. And what happens with a lot of these teens, and we've seen this for 30 years, is they start exchanging pictures. Show me your bra, show me your underwear. And then the boys send them pictures, this new girlfriend. Now, you might think this can't happen, but it does. In real time, and it feels real to them. And they don't tell anyone because this is new, and they're a little afraid. So then they send their private parts to this new girlfriend because she sent him something. Then the next message they get is, I'm going to send your private parts to the world if you don't pay me $5,000. And Patrick has it actually up online right now and has pictures of the 3 boys. Great work, my man. And these were beautiful boys with wonderful families, and they're dead. I don't think, Patrick, that most people can kind of comprehend how real this is. But for teens to kind of live in this social media, telephone world, they think this is real, and then it scares them, then they're ashamed, and then they're dead.
Well, you've seen this in your own house. Yep. They don't talk on the phone anymore.
They don't.
They message back and forth all day long. So now they're messaging with someone that they think is real.
Right.
They've seen pictures, and a lot of these even have fake videos where they pretend to, be these people. Damn. So they think they're having real conversations with real people, and then it gets dark and it turns on them. They don't know where to go because they're so ashamed and so embarrassed.
It's true. And here we are. The best thing I can tell you today is watch what they're doing. Don't wait on some law or some cop or a suicide note. Find out tonight what they're doing on their phones and be direct about it. It's that real, and it's that right now.
At Bowser's Chevrolet, we're thankful for our customers, and we're showing it with incredible red tag savings all month long during the Chevy Red Tag Sales Event. Get a 2026 Silverado 1500 double cab and lease for only $341 a month, or get 0% for 36 months. Plus, the new 2026 Chevy Trax has arrived, and Bowser has over 70 in stock and ready to drive home. For well-qualified buyers, dealer doc fee of $477 applies, 36-month lease, 10,000 miles per year with $2,999 down, tax, title, and fees not included, with approved credit through GM Financial. Offer ends December 1st. Bowser's Chevrolet Monroeville. BowserChevrolet.com.
Hello, this is Lester Botkin, Chief Investment Officer of Botkin Family Wealth Management. After I finished my service in the Marine Corps in 2006, I joined the trainee program of a Wall Street brokerage. I'll admit, those were some of the unhappiest days of my life. The financial crisis was dawning, and I was trying to survive a cutthroat environment that included cold calling on speakerphone in a room of my peers while markets plummeted and my firm raised their fees. After 8 years, Dad, Sarah, and I took a risk. We walked away from the relentless corporate mandates and opened the doors to our family-owned firm where we could put our clients' needs first. Best decision we ever made. Firms turn over all the time. Advisors turn over. We don't. We're headquartered in the South Hills of Pittsburgh. We live here and we work here in the building that we bought together. We take pride in offering personalized, caring service to our clients. It's our family helping your family. Find out more at botkinfamilywealth.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 48 degrees at 12:30. I'm David Ballarado. The airlines appear to be back up to speed now that the government shutdown is over. Travel expert Bobby Laurie tells the Big K Morning Show just ahead of Thanksgiving week, the airlines look to be in pretty good shape, at least when it comes to cancellations.
It looks like the airlines have put their normal schedules back into place. The good news was they were canceling flights only about 4 to 5 days in advance when we were looking at those capacity reductions. So this way, the folks that were canceled had enough time to rebook themselves, but it also gave the airlines a little bit of leeway that when these reductions or these restrictions were dropped, they would be able to return to their normal schedules as quickly as possible.
Station Square has a new owner, WS Development. It's a Massachusetts-based mixed-use developer with over 100 properties in the U.S. A release from the company doesn't mention the sale price. The sale follows a mortgage foreclosure suit by lenders demanding $143 million from Brookfield Properties. Pittsburgh made weather history on Thursday. News Radio KDKA's Paul Rasmussen tells us how.
The National Weather Service in Moon Township issued its first freezing fog advisory ever. Meteorologist Matt Brudy explained on the Big K Morning Show.
All it means is you're still getting fog formation like any other day, right? But the temperatures were below freezing, so anything that fog condenses on, like a table or a surface or even a road, if it's cold enough, could freeze and cause some icy conditions.
Fog is essentially a cloud near ground level, and most clouds are made up of supercooled water droplets. Anytime a plane passes through clouds, it's essentially the same, just thousands of feet up. Paul Rasmussen, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is up 714 points, the Nasdaq is up 247, and the S&P 500 is 82 points higher as well. KDKA Radio News Time, 12:31. Our next update's at 1 o'clock. I'm David Ballarado on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
Oakmont Bakery gearing up for Thanksgiving, and they bring it at Thanksgiving. Check this out. They're taking orders till Sunday, November 23rd. Sunday, November 23rd. Oakmont Bakery pies, cakes, rolls, the perfect centerpiece for your Thanksgiving table. I'm telling you, if it's pumpkin, they got it. Insanely good chocolate cakes, pumpkin rolls. Oakmont Bakery. Delicious.
Woke radical liberals are screwing up this country, but Congressman Guy Reschenthaler is fighting back. He backed one big, beautiful tax cut for working families, increasing the standard deduction for hard-working Americans, ending Social Security taxes for nearly all seniors, and taxes on tips and overtime gone. So call Congressman Guy Reschenthaler at 202-225-2065 and thank him for backing working family tax cuts and putting America first. Paid for by American Prosperity Alliance.
Spent at least an hour yesterday with my friend Julian Grace, an elder law attorney, and we talked about estate planning. My estate with my wife, what happens to us if we pass, and a big issue as you get toward retirement age. How do you manage your IRA? Who pays the taxes? How do you pay the taxes? I mean, this is stuff you need to know, man. What do you do if somebody gets a settlement in your family and they're on Medicaid? How does that affect that payment? I mean, important stuff, man. Reverse mortgage. If you're a senior and you need money, is that a good thing? Julian Gray is the man. Gray Elder Law, estate planning, financial management as you get older. How do you pay for nursing care without spending all of your money? Great stuff. GrayElderLaw.com. He's helped my family and everyone I know tremendously. GrayElderLaw.com. Amazing.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight right to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-608-0955. 800-608-0955. 800-608-0955.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. In my Get Marty segments, I hear from people all the time that have issues with debt. Check this out. If you're having problems with your debt, my friend Harold Shepley can help you right now.
Absolutely. We are a full-service debt relief law firm. We can help you negotiate your debt so you can avoid bankruptcy, or we can file bankruptcy if that's what's necessary for you and your family.
And the truth is, my man, it's not a hopeless situation.
Absolutely not. We're here to get people back on their feet.
I've seen them win, case after case after case. ShepleyLaw.com.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Some dense fog will gradually lift as we go through the late morning hours. It'll remain cloudy and damp this afternoon with a high around 50. Tonight, cloudy with periods of rain and drizzle, particularly early, the low 42. A bit of rain and drizzle early tomorrow. Clouds break for some sun in the afternoon, the high 48. For AccuWeather, I'm Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Hi, this is elder law attorney Carl Zachariah. Betty called me last week because her mother's in a nursing home and had given her $30,000 2 years ago. I told her that 5-year look back will not apply. We can get it fixed. Call Zachariah Brown at 724-942-6200 or visit PittsburghElderLaw.com.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at KennyRoss.com.
We have reached the end of the week. Wow, this is great. It's a Friday. Glad to be with you. Colin Dunlap 2 to 6 today, right here, KDK.
I got Dr. Jess on hold, but I got to grab my man John Majeski first. Steel City lawyer. Big John, how are you? You're always causing trouble, my man. Always.
Well, good trouble. I mean, you know.
What the hell? Describe this crap at the airport, because this is annoying as hell. Please.
So I had a friend of mine going through the new Pittsburgh airport, and he sends me a picture from the airport. He says, "Do you notice anything wrong?" And it is the new Immaculate Reception set up, you know, in the airport. And, you know, I can't, every time I think of the Immaculate Reception, though, I have to send a massive shout out to my son. He took my 77-year-old mother to the tribute game for Franco Harris that unfortunately Franco had passed away before. Oh, yeah. In that freezing cold and the snow, he took her to the game, found her a favorite bourbon, and I sent the picture to him too. And he said, "Well, the score is wrong, Dad." And I said, "Yeah, the score is wrong." So it depicts that, you know, the score is 12-7 and the time has expired and Franco's grabbing the ball. Now, I think any true Yinzer would know that the Steelers were down when he grabbed the ball 7-6, and the play in the game ended up being a 7-13 victory by the Steelers. So I was just a little confused by the picture. Now, my friend's a little
there was time on the clock too when he scored.
Yeah, there was. You're correct, not 0-0. So it's sort of, you know, off on a couple different fronts. So, you know, with the billions they spent, I would have thought we had Florida stealing
18 seconds.
18 seconds on the clock.
18 seconds. Yep.
So they.
And there was an extra point too. so that they're leaving off, the score there.
So why am I fighting with people online saying that the photograph is right? They're celebrating prior to the extra point. Come on, you're full of crap.
Yep. And why didn't they put floor-to-ceiling big flat screens showing the actual play? That would avoid kind of all this controversy. And for a couple $2 billion, you would have think they would have had an extra couple grand to do that.
How about this guy? It's not the wrong score. It was 7-6 Raiders, then 12-6 after the extra point made it 13-6. The
correct.
Display.
That's correct.
Yeah, but the display is supposed to display the damn final score when they won the damn game.
And the time is off, and it's showing the Immaculate Reception, which when that occurred, the score was 7-6.
Some doofus that didn't do their homework did this and said, it's no big deal. No one will notice. Right?
Marty, we have the best first world problems in Pittsburgh, let me tell you.
That's what one lady saying. Who cares? I care. Fix it. Right, John?
Yeah, I wonder if the number 13 has anything to do with it.
John,
that they don't want to put a number 13 up there.
And some spray paint. We're fixing this afternoon.
We're going. Then we're flying to New York. Peter Luger's on me.
John Majeski, my man. Thanks, brother.
Hey, you take care. Have a great day, Marty. Good.
I love him. But he's right. Patrick, he's right about all this.
Yeah.
This is the brand new airport, $1.8 billion. Everybody loves it. This massive display with Franco. Millions of people will see it. It's wrong. Fix it. Stop it. Quit whining. It might be trivial to you, okay? But it looks stupid. Right? It's stupid.
I think it needs a whole redesign.
They need to fix it now.
If you're going to capture that moment in time, you're right. The score is
Gotta
definitely
have the right
wrong.
score, Patrick.
And then you want to show the win, the final score somewhere. So it's all messed up.
Oh, thank you.
It needs some love.
Someone who is not messed up. Dr. Jess from Physical. How are you?
I'm good, Marty. How are you?
Are you as outraged as I am about the new airport?
I will say no, Marty. I tend to not fly. I'd rather drive.
Hey, I need you to help me with something personal, and I hope he's listening. It's actually sad. One of my close friends has really bad neuropathy to the point where he has a chairlift in his house, can't walk the stairs, cannot leave the house, cannot drive. And I swear I've asked him 20 times to come to you. And I swear I've said, I'll bring you. And I know you live this. What is it about men in fighting this opportunity to actually help themselves with their neuropathy? Which you can do. I'm angry. I'm angry about this now. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jess.
It's okay. It's kind of a realization that a lot of people have to come to, and that's the hard part about physical therapy and working in the world of physical therapy. I tell people a lot that it's very hard to even come into physical therapy because people have to recognize that there's something that's going on. And in our clinic, we like to keep it fun and upbeat because a lot of patients will also always ask me, you're always so energetic, you're always smiling, you're always laughing in here. All of your amazing clinicians, you guys get along so well and you make it a fun environment. And I tell them it's because you're coming in here because something is wrong. You've come to this realization, you're taking the steps to move forward. And that's a very hard part and a hard step in your journey. We like to make this next step very easy for you. So we make it fun, we make it playful and enjoyable while you're here because you've done the initial hard part and you're coming in, you're doing activities that are difficult, but by having fun while you're doing it, it seems like it's a little bit less work.
Hey, Jess, what about the guy, and this is what he said, no one can fix this. The doctors told me no one can fix it. Speak to him, because I know he's listening.
We hear that all the time, Marty. We have so many people that come in. It's all day long. They say that I've spent $7,000 at neuropathy clinics. I've had boots. I have the laser boots. I've had acupuncture. I've done all of these different things. And I've bought in special orthopedic inserts, different shoes. They spent thousands of dollars and they come in here because they hear you and I talking, or they hear our marketer outside in the community talking about our neuropathy protocol. And they come in very hesitant. Obviously, everybody always looks at me. It's like, I've tried everything. Honestly, I'm just here because this is the last thing that I haven't done before. So we go through and we do our protocol with somebody. And obviously we like to set very real expectations. Right. Everybody's neuropathy is different. You have neuropathy that's caused by diabetes. True. You can have neuropathy that's caused by alcoholism. True. You can have neuropathy caused by Lyme's disease, chemotherapy, radiation, the list goes on and on. So depending on the length of time that somebody's had it, their progression is going to be different than someone else that's just been diagnosed. But I will say, every single person that we put this on this protocol, they feel a difference. Some people may take a little bit longer. Some people, it's a little bit shorter, and it's a little bit different with every single person based off of their presentation. But I will say, every single person we put in this water has an improvement, has seen changes. They're able to improve sensation. I have a patient who came in because he was afraid of falling because he couldn't feel his feet and his friends were falling. They were dying. They were getting put in the hospital. So we've been doing balance training as well as our neuropathy treatment on him. And he has now gone on several trips with his family.
Wow.
He has gone to Seven Springs with his wife, and his concern was getting into a hot tub and not being able to feel the water. And his initial reaction after a couple of treatments with us, he went on a trip with his wife, and he told me, I can feel the water temperature. He said, I used to not be able to feel it until it got up to my knee, but I could feel it at my ankle this time. So we have those improvements. Wow. It's hard because it takes time. That's the thing. A lot of people, you have a lot of things going on, especially in the holiday season.
Jess. I think they were afraid, Jess.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely fear-induced with that because it's like, okay, what if this doesn't work? Right. Because everybody else is having the success. I've tried everything. What if I'm the one person that it doesn't work with?
Right.
Well, I'll tell you, Marty, we will do whatever we can to have someone get success in this clinic.
Dr. Jess with the physical, 412-457-8200, 412-457-8200. We're not saying what you do is a miracle. We're saying it's unique, and you've had tremendous success. And I'm begging, I swear I told him yesterday, I will drive you. You got attitude with me. People get defensive about this, right? Right?
They definitely do. So we have a lot of resistive patients that come in initially. But Marty, here's my suggestion to you. Make a day out of it. I'm not saying tricking them to come in here, but maybe you need to trick them to come in here. But make it an experience, because if you think about it in a negative way, and if you're going to approach it in this negative way, say, I don't want to do this, you're forcing me to do it, I don't want to do it, then it's not going to work if you tell yourself it's not going to work. But if you have the right mindset, you tell yourself, maybe this is going to work. Maybe this is going to be different. I'm going to give it a try. You're going to see a huge difference.
Hey, Jess, ballpark it for me of percentage of patients with neuropathy at varying degrees that get some sort of feeling back. Ballpark it for me. Estimate.
Above 90%, Marty.
Yeah. I'll take that. Won't you?
I definitely would. I would love to say 100%. However, we haven't done a specific study within our clinic itself. I will say some people, they have some improvements. They don't have the improvements that they ultimately want in the end, but there is a change. Every single person, nearly every single person we have has a difference, does see change.
Well, Jess,
not only physically,
what the hell
but
do they have to
mentally
lose?
as well.
What the hell do they have to lose?
I guess their copay, but that's about it, Marty.
I'll pay that. I will. No, I'm serious. Come on, man. Chase the rabbit.
Make it a day, Marty. Make it fun. Maybe get a little.
But you know what? I've had the experience at physical, and I lived it, man. You guys are amazing. They're amazing. They are family. Every single woman there. It's like being with your sisters. And it works, man. It worked for me. Worked for my friends. Worked for my friends' friends. Anyways, Dr. Jess, I love you. 412-457-8200. I hope he's listening. I'm gonna get him here. I'm thinking next week.
All right, I'll be here. We want him here. We want everybody here.
Physical, 412-457-8200. I'm telling you, folks, legit. Dr. Jess, the best. Thank you.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Hey, folks, Marty here. Beat the crowd. Shop Black Friday now at Levin Furniture and Mattress. My friend Robert Levin and his team are the lowest prices of the year on furniture and mattresses. Incredible hot buys. Plus, take 25% off store-wide. Leave your wallet at home. Get 5-year special financing on qualifying purchases of $24.99 or more. No money down, plus guaranteed low prices on top mattress brands. Black Friday now at Levin Furniture and mattress.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding. Pittsburgh's #1 platinum roofing company.
Is your home ready for the holidays? Beat the holiday rush. Call our cleaning heroes at Zero Res. 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $129 and take $50 off air duct cleaning. Book online anytime at ZeroResPGH.com.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/radio to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/radio. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/radio. See representative for warranty details.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Stocks are trending higher as a Federal Reserve official signals another rate cut remains a possibility. That's Federal Reserve Bank of New York President John Williams. He says he sees room for the U.S. Central Bank to cut interest rates again in the near term as the labor market softens. But Federal Reserve Bank of Boston President Susan Collins has signaled interest rates are appropriate for now amid lingering inflation. That just leaves Chairman Jerome Powell to put together a consensus now in time for their meeting next month. Bitcoin's on track for its worst monthly performance since 2022. The token sliding as low as $80,000 today, despite hitting record highs just last month. A first edition Superman comic has sold at auction for a record $9.1 million. Heritage Auction says it was in pristine condition, despite spending decades in someone's attic. And it's not even Thanksgiving yet, but why wait? All 30 Spirit Christmas stores are now open for business in 12 states. They'll stay open through the end of the year. Monica Ricks, Bloomberg Radio.
Have an issue in your community? Talk about it now with Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Hey, I had cancer and I had neuropathy, so I understand the fear, and I do, and the fear of the unknown, and it sucks, all of it. And having cancer sucks, and you think you're going to die, and a lot of people do, by the way. And so I kind of end up being annoying sometimes, trying to get people to push through and get treatment. But with Jess, only because I went there for months, and she helped me tremendously with balance. I was falling down. She's a freaking doctor, and they have amazing people there and save me. I mean, that's how we end up doing the endorsement. I'm just keeping it real. And so I've had friends who took their dads there, and they're calling me like, damn, this place is fantastic. And yeah, it's an endorsement, but I'm telling you, man, for me, with friends, I'm just trying to help them. You know, we got crap news about my sister and her condition, and cancer just is horrible, painful. And you can't outrun it, man. You just can't. And hope only goes so far. And then you get hopeless. And that's when it really sucks. It's just... So when I have a friend that's struggling and has no feeling in their feet and they can't drive their damn car, I think, I'm going to see the people that got my balance back and helped me with my neuropathy. But men are different, man. Like my sis, Barb, she would try anything, man. You tell her, she'll do it. She wants to live. We had a chairlift put in her house yesterday. because she can't walk very well up the stairs. Not going to spend much time on it, but it's beyond belief, the agony of someone having a terminal cancer. There's a horrifying element of truth to it. And everybody handles it differently, and I just get angry about it. I'm angry about it. I have at times, and Larry knows this because I love Larry and I love his wife, I have at times texted Larry's wife, Cindy, because her sister died of brain cancer, and it was just as traumatic, and she understands, and she knows my family, and we all grew up together. And I know you sometimes think this is all about me, and it isn't. It's about managing pain, man, and heartache, and dismal effing reality. You know, there's days when, not to be a jerk or morbid, but there's days when you just want to quit. This is that day. Because your sister's in trouble, and you just want to go hug her. I gotta end this story, this show, on an insanely cool note. And we didn't have her on today because she's wrapping her arms around this. But we had this woman and her sister on the show yesterday. Wonderful, wonderful people. You remember them? They were on for, I don't know, half hour. And their brother, it was Rayanne Krieger and Jody Thomas, and their brother was missing, right? Patrick has the picture on the screen. Their brother, Christopher, they thought he was dead, right, Patrick? They thought he overdosed.
Yeah, they haven't seen him since, I think it was May. It was the last time they saw him.
And he has a drug problem and addiction, as so many people do. And they honestly reached out, can you help us find his body at the very worst? And maybe there's hope that, and you know, we go into these things kind of thinking this isn't going to play out well. And she sent me a note last night, and we're going to have her on Monday. I wanted her to wrap her arms around the emotions of all this. And we had her on. We had the pictures on. We put all of it on social. And as it plays out, her brother went and got clean and sober, saved his own life, saw our posts on social, and called his sister. My man's alive. And how do I find this out? I go to sleep at 10 o'clock. It's 10:20 last night. My phone, I hear it in my drawer blowing up. And it woke up Christine. She said, can you please grab your phone? So I look in the drawer, and it says, Marty, he's alive. He called me. I spoke with him. He saw our posts on Facebook. He's clean and sober. He said he left and needed to work on himself. She was ready to go out the door and do some more searching. And she sent me a note this morning. She's so grateful, I can't even put into words. And her brother's alive. Hope! That's all we got, man. Hope!
When the weather turns bad, turn to us for the best news, weather, and traffic information from the KDKA Radio Storm Center. Presented by Duquesne Light Company. Larger than light. Online and on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Are you tired of online threats? Then get an antivirus. It's the only online protection you will ever need.
Disclaimer, an antivirus is just half protection online. It will not protect you from snoopers or encrypt your online traffic. So this Black Friday, get better online protection with NordVPN. NordVPN will encrypt your traffic, protect you from malware and phishing, and stop annoying ads. Get the NordVPN Black Friday deal with 73% off and enjoy 3 extra months.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 48 degrees at 1 o'clock. I'm David Ballarado. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick with their famous lifetime warranty on materials and labor. TrustPJ.com. Steelers star and Hollywood billionaire Thomas Tull brought excitement to Pittsburgh students today, unveiling a new initiative to support high school sports across the city. News Radio KDK's Tamara Rush has details.
Tull joined a packed gym at Pittsburgh Science and Technology Academy to unveil the Tull Family Foundation's new Team Up initiative. He told students that sports were a lifeline for him growing up as the son of a single mom.
All those things happened and helped shape my life, but there's something else that for me is deeply personal, is that sports is a lifeline, or it was for me.
And Steelers former quarterback Ben Roethlisberger spoke about the impact athletics had on his own life, drawing cheers from the crowd.
If it wasn't for sports, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have gone to college. We didn't have the money to go either. I played football, basketball, and baseball all the way until my senior year. And if I wasn't able to do that, I wouldn't have gone to Miami. I wouldn't have got sacked by James Harrison, who left, thank goodness.
9 local school districts will share more than $2 million in grants aimed at strengthening high school athletics. Tamara Rush, News Radio KDKA.
There's light at the end of the tunnel. Pittsburgh Regional Transit says the Mount Washington Transit Tunnel is expected to reopen by the end of the year. The tunnel was closed back in February to replace the tracks, restore the roadway, and repair overhead electric lines. Cranberry Township supervisors named a new police chief last night. Kenneth Ruckles' first day leading Cranberry Police will be December 1st. He advanced from patrol officer with Allegheny County Police to detective, sergeant, and lieutenant, and was most recently division commander. He's replacing the retiring Kevin Meyer. 82 million Americans are going to travel this Thanksgiving at least 50 miles, many by air. Earlier this week, the Transportation Secretary posted a public service announcement asking air travelers to be kind and to be nice. Travel expert Bobby Laurie tells the Big K Morning Show this is something that flight attendants and airline crews have been saying for years.
Being nice to people just makes everyone's travel experience so much better, and it doesn't really take much to say please, thank you, or good morning.
Amtrak also expects to break records this Thanksgiving. CBS News correspondent Micah Wallace has details.
The railroad says 1.2 million holiday travelers will use its service. Loyola University student Topher Royce is headed home on Amtrak after he had a bad airline experience a few weeks ago.
It was a mess, a lot of delays, so I think Amtrak's definitely the way to go.
2025 has been a banner year for Amtrak. It just closed its fiscal year with record ridership and record revenue. Amtrak still doesn't make money, but its operating loss of $600 million was a 15% improvement from a year ago. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
On Wall Street, the Dow is up 659 points. The Nasdaq is up 225. S&P 500 is also up. It's currently higher by 76 points. KDKA Sports, the Pens are back in action tonight. They host the Wild at 7. Tomorrow on KDKA Radio, WPIAL Championships from Acrisure Stadium. Our coverage begins with the 1A Championship at 1. KDKA Radio News Time 103. Time to get ready to roll at the Bocce House of Pittsburgh in RIDC Park, where great food and great drinks meet even better company. Right now, it is currently 48 degrees in Pittsburgh. The AccuWeather forecast is next.
When you call yourself the voice of Pittsburgh, you have to know when to not talk. Sometimes you just need to be the ears of Pittsburgh. Just listen. Listen to what you have to say. These are complicated and uncertain times. But when you need us, we are here for you. And we're listening. A trusted source that you can count on to be here. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Dense fog will gradually thin as we head toward midday, but it'll remain cloudy and damp for the afternoon with a high of 50. Cloudy and damp tonight with periods of rain and drizzle, especially early, though 42. But if leftover rain or drizzle early tomorrow, then clouds break for some afternoon sun, the high 48. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
All right, Patrick, you ate at Hofstad's about a week ago. How good was it?
Amazing.
Right?
Delicious.
And he's a food snob. So add to that, Hofstad's has prime Rib Mondays. My boy, the restaurant king, JK. Prime Rib Mondays, Hofstad's. Dry rubbed, slow roasted, hand carved prime rib with au jus. I love saying that. Au jus. 2 sides. Mondays, Hofstad's. Oakmont, 4 to 9. Prime rib, brothers and sisters. Go for it.
Well, folks, the holidays are here in the Winter Wonderland. Weiner Wellness Weekend is December 5th and 6th with workshops from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. on Friday and Saturday, featuring the top holistic practitioners and experts in the industry. A delicious, healthy lunch will be provided from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And, of course, lots of samples, healthy treats, and the Black Friday deep discounts start November 24th. All of this at the World of Wellness, 2419 Baldrick Road, Pittsburgh. That's 2419 Baldrick Road, Pittsburgh.
Cancer is a war. It's the truth. I don't know that my sister Barb would be alive. She's battling pancreatic cancer. I don't know that she'd be alive if it wasn't for the folks in that team at UPMC. I just don't. The care, the concern, the different medicines, the different procedures, the different trials to keep her alive. It's magnificent. I saw the same thing with myself and so many others. UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information.
Gobble up some great Thanksgiving specials at Coons Market.
Frozen honeysuckle white young turkeys, 98 cents a pound. Southern yams, 47 cents a pound. And Marie Callender pies, 24 to 42 ounce boxes, 2 for $10. Come see us at Coons.
He's live, he's local, he's Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020.
Hello. Well, spending the whole weekend with my son. Going to Ohio. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I got to grab a headset. I don't know what I did. I pulled it out, or the earpiece, or something happened. I have no way of hearing anything. Hold on. You know what I did? I thought the show was over, and I put it away. It's never over. So we talked to Matt Smith. My man, how are you, sir? Matt there? Matt.
Oh, yep. Can you hear me?
How are you, sir?
Good. How are you doing? Everything good on your end, Marty?
My man, did you look at your phone? Did you look at that picture I sent you?
I did. I'm on it. I think there might be an explanation, so I'll figure it out.
Come on, Matt. Come on, Matt. That has to be fixed, that score, right? Come on, Matt. I know it's trivial, but I'm getting blown up with people. You know how Pittsburghers are. They're going to spend the rest of their lives demanding that we fix that sign at the airport.
I hear you.
You know that's true. Hey, the reason why I have him here is not to whine about the airport. The airport's amazing, but that does need to be fixed. Greater Pittsburgh Chamber of Commerce. My man, what happens is we kind of get in a bubble in the burg. You go downtown, it's kind of grimy. You don't see any new business. You see some of the data. You see some of the tax increase for the county. They're talking about increasing taxes for the city. And we kind of get down on ourselves. It's kind of natural. But there is great hope and opportunity, is there not? And that is coming out in a lot of media reporting, sir, is it not?
Yeah, and it's a really important message, Marty. You know, recently Site Selection Magazine, which is a really well-respected magazine read by professionals in the site selection industry who are literally deciding where to put projects, where to put states on lists. Pennsylvania jumped 7 spots from 18 to number 11 in their state business climate rankings for 2025. And it's significant because it number one, sends not only the signal and creates the perception that Pennsylvania is competing for projects again in a really large way, but it also reflects objective performance of the state across lowering our corporate net income tax rate, a better permitting structure. We're investing in sites. And so what Site Selection Magazine said is because of all those demonstrably objective metrics, Pennsylvania is going to jump 7 spots. And so it's a really important signal to the world that Pennsylvania is open for business.
My man, you kind of live it, though. You have your kind of hand on this stuff. Is this legit or is this BS? Are you hearing from people that say, yeah, Pittsburgh's cool, or is this BS or another puff piece?
Yeah, no, it's legit. I mean, it's based on a 14-metric index that takes into account new corporate facility projects, tax competitiveness, fast-growing companies, tech employment, quality of life, a whole host of factors. And this publication said because of the changes that Pennsylvania has made to make Pennsylvania, and certainly in our case, southwestern PA, a healthier host for business investment, that resulted in that jump of 7 spots. And so, again, it's both the objective metrics, but also the fact that this sends a signal and creates the perception among national site selectors, finally, after many, many years, that Pennsylvania is open for business. And so it's a really significant thing. And I think, for us, Marty, it's a reflection of a lot of the work that many, many partners have put in over the last successive years to change our tax structure, change our regulatory structure. And I think the bipartisan work that has been done in Harrisburg, Governor Shapiro certainly leading it, and the fact that we now have a state economic development strategy is really significant as well. But they've worked really well with the Senate Republicans to make sure that we have better permitting, better regulatory frameworks in place so that when site selectors look at Pennsylvania, they can see that we're making those significant improvements.
Well, I love Matt, one of my favorite people, because he's always been a leader. And so I lived in Texas. And Matt knows this. Here's what happens in Texas. This is the truth. You fly in there, Matt. They take you to a plot of land. They say, my man, we're going to build your business here. We're going to put highways in for free. You're not going to pay any taxes for 10 years. And there's no unions. So that's what you fight here, isn't it, Matt?
Yeah, and over the last couple of years, and I think this ranking is a reflection of it, we finally have tools in the toolbox to compete not only with Texas, but with states like North Carolina and Ohio for these large-scale business investments. I came on a couple weeks ago, I think it was, and talked about EOS Energy investing in a new manufacturing facility and a new headquarters. And I think when you have companies like that, on a competitive playing field, making a decision and planting a flag in southwestern Pennsylvania, it's really significant. And that's where I think you have that reflected in moving up the rankings like this so dramatically. There were very few states across the country that jumped this dramatically in this business climate ranking. And I think it's a product of not only the policy work that's been done, but companies like EOS Energy saying, we want to invest in Pennsylvania because we think it's a growth market. And that's what we're really emphasizing.
Matt Smith, Greater Pittsburgh Chamber. I don't know I know you know this stuff. Patrick, I think, had this up on the screen yesterday. I think there were videos in Times Square, weren't there, Patrick, asking companies to move to Pittsburgh. Have you seen this, Matt? Have you seen this?
Yeah, and I think, it's a reflection of continuing to communicate that, Pennsylvania, southwestern Pennsylvania is open for business. We recognize here, maybe unlike some other states and markets, that you need economic growth in order to have a vibrant society. If you want to invest in roads and education and parks, you can't do that in a contracting economy. You need a growing economy where that growth is going to create tax revenue. And so we recognize that here. I think in a bipartisan way, Governor Shapiro has done great work on the one side of the aisle, and the Republicans in the Senate in particular have done great work on the other side to communicate the message that they really understand that growth underpins everything else. And without that economic growth, you really can't do much of anything else.
Wasn't McCormick really doing this, Matt? Dave McCormick cut a lot of spots. He's all over this, right?
Yeah. Well, and I think, the one really unique thing that I think, we have right now, and I think in many ways 2025 could be a real pivot year for southwestern Pennsylvania, because we now have a senator like Dave McCormick who's out there at the federal level creating opportunity, fighting for projects for southwestern Pennsylvania. We have a governor and Governor Shapiro at the state level who's doing much of the same work at the state level. And then we're going to have a mayor in a couple of, 6 weeks or so, who's also going to, if you will, sing from that same, book. And so we have a political cohesion in southwestern Pennsylvania with leaders now at the local, state, and federal level that we've never had. And they all recognize that economic growth is a necessity. It's not a luxury. It's a necessity that we all need if we want to make those investments that we all care about in infrastructure, education, and parks. You can't do that in a contracting economy.
Matt Smith, right on, brother. Whatever you need, man, I'm here. I love it. I love the opportunity.
Thanks, Marty.
I feel the same hope. I really do. I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're turning a corner in rankings like the one I've been talking about. That's a demonstrable example of how Pennsylvania and in turn southwestern Pennsylvania, we're buyers now. We're competing for these projects, and we have a right to win these projects. We should win these projects, and I think more to come the rest of this year and into 2026.
Nothing happens till we fix that display at the airport, Matt.
I'm on it, Marty.
Matt Smith, my man. We'll be right back.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Mark?
I've been doing home remodeling for 30 plus years, but the economy crashed. I wound up losing my home, losing my job, and on top of that, owing the IRS a ton of money. I owed the IRS $114,000. It really, truly was the worst part of my life.
Then Mark found tax relief advocates.
On news radio, I heard about TRA, and I thought, what's the worst that could happen? So I picked up the phone and I called them. When it was all said and done, TRA settled my $114,000 debt for $100, and I'm telling you, I was ecstatic. Could not believe it. Would recommend TRA to anyone.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Mark did and call TRA for a consultation.
But TRA did. They gave me a second chance, and I'm forever grateful.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-491-9914. 800-491-9914. That's 800-491-9914.
Progressive Insurance. Not only does Progressive let you bundle your insurance, they also give you round-the-clock protection. Quote today at progressive.com.
A trial is 99% preparation, and nobody prepares better than us. Get the good guys, Goodrich and Geist.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Did you know you can spend your PA taxes to fund a scholarship for a child in need and get a 90% tax credit refund? Through Blocks, that's BLOCS, you can direct your state tax liability.
The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I want to know what companies are coming here. I do. I like the buzz. I have a bunch of friends that are venture capital guys. They have VC firms here, and it's a dog here. I know a couple young men that have AI companies, and they couldn't raise a nickel here. They just couldn't. I love Pittsburgh. I raised money here. I probably raised, I don't know, $10 million. But most people can't. And a specific case, a young man that I know very well, who has an AI company that's booming, and he got all of his, he's from Carnegie Mellon, he was a freshman, he's 18 years old. His name's Alec. And in fact, he has a deal with MataConnect. They were in here yesterday, and they're using his AI software. Anyway, he couldn't get a nickel from anyone in Pittsburgh. Got funded in San Francisco. Where do you think he's living? And I'm not trying to pick on Pittsburgh, and I certainly hope Matt doesn't take that as being derogatory. I love him, and I love the optimism. There has to be a cash flow into this town. There are people trying to raise a $200 million fund right now, right? $200 million. So that the young men like Alec that I'm talking about will stay here with their companies. I like lists, but I want to see companies. I like all these little lists. I think that's fine. But I want to see job growth. And as I said to Matt, and I love him. I've known him since he was a state leader. He's a brilliant guy. He's a Mount Lebo guy. I see him running. He's a family guy. He's a fantastic leader. There's a reason why county taxes went up almost 40%. There's a reason why the city's, 20 million in the hole? And might have to raise taxes even more for all this stuff. And because there's no growth. And that's where we're at. And the truth of the matter is that my boy Rob Kenya, who's one of my close friends and my son's godfather, travels in Ohio. And it's funny you should mention this. Columbus, Ohio's kicking our ass. They are. Why? It's state capital. And they all see it. They eat there. They live there. So they throw money at companies there. And so they're kicking our ass. Is that Rob in the top? Yeah. And he's a daycare guy and just bought a number of daycares in Ohio. And let's be blunt, Rob. It's much easier to do business in Ohio. And he's from here, and he's my boy, but honestly, it is, sir, isn't it?
I really enjoy doing business in Ohio, yes.
Tell us why it's easier, because I've heard this from 1,000 men.
I don't even know where to start. I mean, from the very first thing you're doing, and it doesn't matter what industry you're in. I specialize in childcare operations, but I've consulted in manufacturing and healthcare and other industries. Everything's just easier. Like you said in Texas, this is where we're going to do it. And I'm a big fan of Matt Smith from the time he was a state senator. Great guy. But we're backfilling in Pittsburgh and in Pennsylvania. We're trying to backfill all the losses and companies that have left and development that's left, and making it difficult for energy producers to drill and use our natural resources that we have.
Well, let's be very personal. You couldn't get daycares here. You got them in Ohio because it's easier.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Acquisitions, build-outs, yeah. And, we're talking about, I think it's great. I love everything Matt had to say.
We're not
I'm
trying to be
encouraged. I cannot wait for Mayor O'Connor, if we can get the city, the county, and the state aligned and have a growth mindset, I am really excited for Pennsylvania and for Pittsburgh. But, we're talking about, advertising in Times Square come to Pittsburgh. I'm driving between Columbus and Cincinnati between these child care centers, and there's a $2.2 billion battery factory being built by Hunt. And I mean, the 1 week I'm driving by, that's an interesting power grid. And then within a month, this thing has just turned into this monstrosity in the middle of nowhere. And, I'm having meetings in Ohio because the 22,000 workers are going to need housing, childcare, all these different things. And if you build it, they will come. But it's just whether it's the suburbs or the cities in Ohio, the number of giant cranes, when they're attracting businesses, just like in Texas, it's where are we going to put them now?
I agree. And the governor admits this, by the way. He admits we suck compared to Ohio. He does. And you see it. You live it.
The tax environment's more difficult. The regulatory environment's more difficult. When you have drilling companies, wells down and wells up, they're drills down in Pennsylvania and they're drills up in Ohio and other states just because there's oil there too. There's opportunity there, and it's just a hell of a lot cheaper and easier to do business.
Hey, Ron, let me read you this from my boy Wayne, who's an entrepreneur and 1,000 other things. I can get a building permit in Cleveland in a couple weeks. Pittsburgh takes 8 weeks at minimum. You've seen that, too. You've seen it. You live it. Trying to get daycares open.
Oh, yeah, whether it's the local zoning. I mean, you and I talked about the ridiculous parking requirement for child care centers within, city limits and things like that. So, they just make everything so difficult and everything so hard. Yet, they keep wanting to beat people up for leaving the area or leaving the state, but they just make it so hard to do business.
There is no more committed family man than Rob. None. And covets being home like I do. There's no way in hell my man wants to drive to Ohio to do business, but he's there because he can. That's fair, isn't it? Right?
I'd rather have 10 in Allegheny County, 10 in Washington County. I'll go to Butler. That'd be a nice day trip for us. Yeah.
Hey, before I go, I got to ask you this. I saw a piece on the network this morning saying people are paying more for child care than rent. Is that accurate?
If you've got 2 kids, definitely, and it depends on where and when. But, yeah, I mean, even an inexpensive child care center, especially if you've got an infant, you're well over $1,200 a month.
Whoa.
In a lot of cases.
That's 24.
Well, it gets a little cheaper. So if you got an infant and a preschooler, it's a little over $2,000 a month. But yeah, my Columbus centers, that client of mine, they're charging about $2,000 a month for an infant.
Oh. Well, Kane, you're my brother. Great insight, man. Appreciate you.
Thanks, buddy. Take care.
He's right on, man. My man gets it. My man Anthony, go, brother.
Well, look, the governor needs to go to the legislature and the state senate and say, look, we need to streamline everything from our regulatory restrictions to our taxes, because we're not just in competition with foreign entities. We're in competition with the states around us.
Ohio.
And they're losing.
Right on.
Look what happened. And see, and then you've got these arrogant leftists in Philly and Pittsburgh who hate business for some reason.
True.
And the businesses in Lawrenceville told the Dome and that crowd that what you're trying to propose is going to hurt our business and congestion and all kind of nonsense. They did it anyway. And look, I just saw a report on your station the other day. Look what has happened.
Right on.
So, I mean, you got to listen to the business people. They pay the freight. But these arrogant lefties think they don't need business. No, it's all just going to come organic.
I don't get it. With government money, brother.
Yeah, but you know what? With these smoke shops ready to disappear pretty soon, we won't have any new businesses, will we?
Anthony, my brother, thank you, sir.
All right.
My man gets it, too.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-700-6898. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-700-6898. That's 800-700-6898. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-700-6898. 800-700-6898.
Hey, it's Sam. And I'm Calvin with Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Decks. When we started out, we were building decks out of the back of our pickup trucks, and Grandma's garage was HQ.
We didn't have much, but we had family, and a promise to do things the family way.
We saw way too many contractors cutting corners and treating their clients terribly, so we built Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Decks on honesty, craftsmanship, and always doing right by the client.
We've grown a lot since Grandma's garage, but those values haven't changed. Call the Cousins.
From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 48 degrees at 1:30. I'm David Ballarado. With tens of thousands of people expected to pack the Golden Triangle tomorrow night for Light Up Night, the question is how to dress for an outdoor event that means spending several hours outdoors at night. The weather should cooperate for Light Up Night, according to Matt Broody of the Weather Service. He says it should be dry out just in time for the big festivities.
We'll have rain coming in later on this morning, with the bulk of it coming through overnight into the early morning hours tomorrow, and those showers should taper off tomorrow afternoon.
Temperature-wise, it will be chilly but seasonal. AP correspondent Haya Panjwami reports now on a fatal law enforcement encounter down in Florida.
A Florida sheriff's deputy has been killed while serving an eviction notice on the state's Atlantic coast. Another deputy and a law enforcement locksmith were also shot. That's according to the Indian River County Sheriff Eric Flowers. The locksmith and the accused shooter are both in critical condition. The deputy who died, Terry Mashkow, was a 25-year veteran of the sheriff's office. Officers were at a home near Vero Beach when the suspect began firing. The other deputy was shot in the shoulder and is recovering. Vero Beach is 80 miles north of West Palm Beach. I'm Haya Panjwani.
Americans are not feeling good about the economy or their own finances, for that matter. More from CBS News correspondent Michael Wallace.
The University of Michigan's Consumer Sentiment Index for November is down 29% from a year ago to one of its lowest levels on record. Views of personal finances were the worst since 2009 and the Great Recession. The survey's director says consumers remain frustrated about the persistence of high prices and weakening incomes.
Consumer sentiment only rose slightly after the government shutdown ended. Despite that, market is higher today. The Dow is up 560 points, the Nasdaq is up 171, and the S&P 500 is 65 points higher. KDK Radio News Time 1:31. Our next update at 2. I'm David Ballarado on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio KDKA.
Did you know you can spend your PA taxes to fund a scholarship for a child in need and get a 90% tax credit refund? Through Blocks, that's BLOCS, you can direct your state tax liability, fund a scholarship, direct it to the tuition-based school of your choice, and receive a 90% refund on the donated amount. It's a simple process, and you can fund a scholarship that will change a child's life. Tax credit slots are filling up fast, and you must make your commitment by December 23rd. Head to BLOCS.org now.
Hey, folks, what are you serving for the holidays? Lamb, prime rib, filet, brisket, turkey? Place your order now with Salem's Place Rocks for the finest cuts of USDA choice beef or fresh Amish turkeys. Locally raised beef and turkeys, never frozen. And Salem's will open Thanksgiving, so all you have to do is swing by, pick up the cooked entree. Amazing. Reserve at salemsmarketgrill.com. 29th and Penn in the Strip. Eliminate stress. Go with Salem's Market and Grill.
The holidays are back at Starbucks, so share the season with a peppermint mocha. Starbucks signature espresso, velvety mocha, and cool peppermint notes, topped with whipped cream and dark chocolate curls. Together is the best place to be at Starbucks.
How do you stay humble when you're America's #1 wiper blade? That's what we're currently dealing with at Rain-X. Is it even possible to humble brag when you bully Mother Nature like we do? Do we sound too conceited if we keep repeating how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America? No. We'll take a lesson from our wipers and just keep doing our job with humility. As America's #1 wiper blade. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
Having a tough time paying your bills? Learn how to reduce your credit card debt to a fraction of what you owe. Call the Debt Helpline now for free advice. 800-329-9912. 800-329-9912.
As a family member or friend, you may be the first to notice when a veteran you love has been going through changes. Things like withdrawing, drinking more, or increased anger could be a sign of a larger health concern. But help is available. Listen to hundreds of inspiring stories at maketheconnection.net and learn how you can support the veterans in your life. Treatment works. Recovery is possible.
Woke radical liberals are screwing up this country, but Congressman Guy Reschenthaler is fighting back. He backed one big, beautiful tax cut for working families, increasing the standard deduction for hard-working Americans, ending Social Security taxes for nearly all seniors, and taxes on tips and overtime gone. So call Congressman Guy Reschenthaler at 202-225-2065 and thank him for backing working family tax cuts and putting America first. Paid for by American Prosperity Alliance.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Areas of dense fog gradually lifting the rest of the morning. It'll be cloudy and damp this afternoon with a high of 50. Periods of rain and drizzle tonight, especially early, though 42. Tomorrow, cloudy, damp start to the day with a bit of rain or drizzle. Then clouds break for some sun in the afternoon, the high 48. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
At Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank, our table has no end. Every seat filled means another neighborhood nourished, but this table needs you. Donate, volunteer, advocate, because the power of you keeps the table growing. Activate your power today at pittsburghfoodbank.org.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Hi, this is Larry Richard. Join us Monday on the Big K Morning Show, 5:30 until 10. A big travel week, getting ready for Thanksgiving. And don't forget antler deer season. What you need to know if you're one of those headed to the forest.
Medicine's awful. Awful. If you eat that, you're desperate, man. Awful. I love when guys say, you're just not marinating it right. Yeah, whatever. It's nasty, man. It's just, and it's so lean. Shut up. Leave. I love when they say, I make great venison jerky. Stop. Leave it in your damn freezer, man. I don't want that crap. Venison jerky. I got your, forget it. The wonder of it all, man. Yesterday morning, I asked folks for 25 turkeys. It's a true story. I had 20 people ready to give $2,000 for 2,000. I could have bought 2,000 turkeys yesterday. One of my boys, who I love to death, dropped $1,000 in cash up here about an hour ago and said, give it to a family. We will. We get down on the process. We get down on the world, but there's so much damn hope and opportunity. And I'm not going to leave without mentioning this again. 2 young women came to us yesterday, couldn't find their brother. They thought he was dead. Overdosed. He was a heroin addict. They had wanted posters up on phone poles all over town. We posted it on social. We had them live. He saw it and heard of it, and they found their brother alive. I was crying last night, 10:20 at night. What's my point? It's a hell of a town, man. And then there's Rob Strom. We go way back. No, we don't. We have 8,000 connections in this town. But where we do connect is the greatness of kindness, of caring. Rob reached out and said, hey, 25 turkeys, got them, done. Boom. There's a church in Homewood that needed 25 turkeys. We're pushing 500 turkeys we've given away. It started with Giant Eagle. They gave us a couple hundred, and then it went from there, and it continues. And we love all of you. But Rob and his folks, quite frankly, at Caldwell Banker, stepped up because they can, because they love it. Rob, what's up?
Hey, you doing, Marty?
How are you, sir?
I'm doing great.
You like doing the right thing, do you not, sir?
Absolutely. It's the only way to do it in America.
What is it, man? The way you were raised? Give me a story, that your background, where your dad did, then boom, boom, boom. Because that's how I learned it from my mom and dad.
My whole family taught me to give back, that it was the only thing to do. And I've been doing it my whole life. And basically when I came to Coldwell Banker 34 years ago, we started giving away, we started with 10 turkeys a year for families. And we're now up to 125. And with you now, we added another 40. We ordered 40 more yesterday for your group.
Oh, they wanted 40.
They needed 40. He only was asking for 25, but we gave him 40.
Oh, you're unbelievable. You changed their Thanksgiving.
We try to change everybody's Thanksgiving.
Rob Strom, realtor, Caldwell Banker, Fox Chapel. And so you hooked up with him, and when you told him 40, how did he react, man?
He said, that's great. He didn't have to go out and look for it. In fact, we're going to pick him up here in the next half hour.
Oh, wow. Where at?
The Walmart up at the Mills Mall.
That's fantastic, man. Can I ask a dumb question? What does it cost now, turkey per pound at Walmart when you go there and buy 40? What's the cost per pound?
You're probably around 80 cents a pound.
Oh.
And, we did this all the way through COVID.
Wow.
And your buddy and my buddy, JK, helped me out. He helped us out with that.
I love him.
We ended up, if it wasn't for Gus and Sari and JK, we wouldn't have had our turkeys.
Gus, my boy from Central.
Yep.
I love both of them, man. So we're all in the same circle, aren't we?
We sure are.
I love you, man. You made my day, and what you're doing is how are you doing? Do you have a big truck, or what is it, man?
I have a pickup truck. We're going to go pick them up and have them over there tomorrow morning.
Can you do me a favor and shoot me a video when you do it with your cell phone?
You sure will.
And just talk about it, and then just send it to me, Rob.
If it wasn't for the people in this office, we would never have what we have.
I love it.
This would have never gone together.
My man, Rob Strom, realtor, Caldwell Banker, Fox Chapel. Love it. Love what you do. Love your business. And I love that we have the same friends because we all give a damn. Don't we, sir?
Yes, we do.
Thanks, my man. Appreciate you. Remember that video, right?
Yep.
All right. Thanks,
Have
buddy.
a great Thanksgiving.
You
See
too,
ya.
brother. I love that story. I just love that story. It's the coolest thing, having a talk show, quite frankly, that's kind of reactionary like this. Because you get a lot of nuts, and then you get unbelievably cool people like that. And this wonderful young man sent me a note that their church was short on turkeys. And I literally sent him a note yesterday. I'm working on it. And I went on the air, and bam, here we are. Bam, done. It's a beautiful thing. I have so many people here. Tom sent me a note. 50 turkeys from Giant Eagle. Tom sent me a note yesterday. Another guy called, said, right now, I'll give you $500 to buy more turkeys. Anonymous. I'm not kidding. Another guy. I have $500. Another woman, I have $1,000 right here. So hold on. This is John Tucker. John Tucker is the one that started out the conversation about his church needed turkeys, and he's getting 40 of them, which is beautiful. If you lose faith, all you got to do is this kind of thing, and you find out that, here we go. I spoke with Sylvia. This is the original note from John. We are currently have 66 confirmed orders. We need 40 more. Wow. At their church in Homewood, their senior pastor. John Tucker's getting 40 turkeys today. You know why? Because of my man. My man Rob. All right, folks. Never forget the greatness that exists. Don't ever give up, because I find it all the time, man, every day. Every day. Rob Strom, Caldwell Bankers. Wow, the best. 40 free turkeys. Cool.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mary Claire Haver, a board-certified OBGYN and menopause specialist. My new podcast, Unpaused, is the place for bold, unfiltered conversations about what it really takes for women to thrive in the second half of life. Every week, I sit down with medical experts, cultural icons, and powerhouse women to talk about what really matters. New episodes drop every Tuesday. Listen to and follow Unpaused with me, Dr. Mary Claire Haver, available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Eggland's Best, the only eggs with more fresh and delicious taste, plus superior nutrition. Eggland's Best, better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
Colin Dunlap on KDKA.
People in Western Pennsylvania are nostalgic about everything. They could find nostalgia in everything. You could take out a stop sign in Coriopolis somewhere, and people will have a memorial service for it with Heinz ketchup.
Weekdays 2 to 6 on the Voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Hey, folks, Marty here. Beat the crowd. Shop Black Friday now at Levin Furniture and Mattress. My friend Robert Levin and his team are the lowest prices of the year on furniture and mattresses. Incredible hot buys. Plus, take 25% off store-wide. Leave your wallet at home. Get 5-year special financing on qualifying purchases of $24.99 or more. No money down, plus guaranteed low prices on top mattress brands. Black Friday now at Levin Furniture and Mattress.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/radio to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/radio. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/radio. See representative for warranty details.
Only 1 in 5 people with disabilities, including those with autism, are employed, despite many having the skill set and desire to work.
Maybe it's because employers don't know what kind of jobs they can do?
Okay, try me.
What about a programmer?
That is a job for someone with autism.
What about a teacher?
That is a job for someone with autism.
Oh, how about a healthcare worker?
Yes, those are all jobs for someone with autism. The truth is, qualified people with autism can do a lot of different jobs, but often get overlooked due to outdated stigmas and beliefs. Businesses value diversity, but sometimes don't recognize the unique strengths and abilities of the autism community. Introducing WIN, the Workplace Inclusion Now program by Autism Speaks. We help businesses lead the way in inclusive hiring.
Ooh, what about a ranch hand?
Yeah! Sure, that's a job for someone with autism too. To learn more, go to autismspeaks.org/win. That's autismspeaks.org/win.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. Northside restaurant Taqueria Acosta at Fat Cat announced on social media that it's closing its doors. The history of the space at 520 East Ohio Street is somewhat complex. Restaurateur Chris Acosta first started running Taqueria Acosta as a pop-up during the COVID-19 pandemic, expanding to do pop-ups around the city. In 2023, the brick-and-mortar space opened as Fat Cat, a restaurant and music venue backed by members of the team behind the nearby restaurant Fig and Ash. But the stay was short-lived. It closed after just 7 months in March of last year. Acosta then took over the space in November and had run it as Taqueria Acosta at Fat Cat, also referred colloquially as Taco Cat. Also, Aldi has officially opened its new store on Banksville Road yesterday, bringing its number of stores within the city of Pittsburgh to 6. The opening, which was confirmed by an employee, further expands Aldi's presence in western Pennsylvania as part of an aggressive expansion in the United States. The location at 2515 Banksville Road and what until recently operated as a Staples store, which Aldi negotiated with the landlord to take over for a new store, an approach that limited assortment grocer also used for its store in Lawrenceville, taking over what had been a shop and save. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to pittsburghbusinesstimes.com. I'm Mike Larson.
It's Marty Griffin on the voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Hunters get all worked up about the venison. Venison sucks. I'm sorry, man. It's awful. Same with pheasant. Ugh. One of my friends brought me pheasant stew. True story. It had friggin' BBs in it. If I'm lying, I'm dying. Oh, he goes, oh, yeah. Those are from the shotgun. I swear. I said, what do you mean? He goes, well, I shot and killed the pheasant, and then I take the BBs out of the meat, and I guess I missed some. Oh, delicious. Squirrel, same. Ugh, this tastes like chicken crap. No. No. And venison's the worst. Awful. You didn't marinate it long enough. Okay. Fine. You know what I love about Pennsylvania? If you hit a deer, you can't, and it jacks up your car, you can't take it home. You have to get a friggin' permit. I am not lying. That is the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. Oh, yeah, a deer just did $8,000 damage to my car. I'm taking it home and eating it. No, you're not, sir. Uh-huh. I got your venison. It's horrible. My man's in there laughing. You like it? Come on, man. Tell me the truth. You know it sucks. See, he can't. He's so nice. He can't tell the truth about this stuff. Come on, Trevin.
When I ate meat,
it
venison
like
was good.
The south end of a northbound skunk.
Venison was good. I stopped eating meat, so I that was years ago. But venison was good.
Venison made you stop.
No.
Tastes like I said, the south end of a northbound skunk, if you know what I'm saying. Venison. Oh, that's right. You quit eating meat. Why is that? Why is that?
There was a documentary out.
Oh.
And it was called
Meat Sucks?
No, it was something about meat. And then it showed all the processing and storage and all of that. And
I see.
Yeah, motivated me not to eat meat.
What about Thanksgiving? You eat the fixins?
For Thanksgiving, for real?
Yeah.
To be totally transparent,
of course.
My Thanksgiving meal could be greens, cornbread, and potato salad.
I'm cool with that. I don't like turkey. I have no taste because of my cancer treatment, no taste for chicken or turkey. So I might as well eat wallboard.
And you don't eat salmon either, do you?
I love salmon.
You do? Okay, that I can have that for Thanksgiving as well.
What about that tofurkey?
No.
I've had the turducken several times. Turkey, chicken, and duck, it's gross.
Stacking your meats.
It's disgusting. They form it, and they send it to you from New Orleans. There's some famous restaurant we had it sent when I was a show host in Dallas. It was nasty.
Wait, so when John Madden was talking about that and it became very popular, you were in Dallas at the time?
Yeah, it's real. Patrick's probably had them.
Fed a turducken, yeah.
And they try to cook it, but they're all different meats, and they cook at different temperatures, and duck and turkey and the light meat and the dark meat and the chicken, and it's stupid. Right up there with saying venison's good. Thank you. I love it when guys say, I got some venison jerky I'm going to bring in. No, you can have it. And those poor guys at those processing places, whoo! Have you been there on hunting day? Wow. Talk about Thunderdome. Lord of the Flies.
My brother does that. He
Literally. Oh, it's nasty. Blood and guts and venison hanging around. Got me a buck, 5 points. Oh, good for you. What about you? Do you like the venison, sir?
I do.
No, you don't.
I
You're
do.
so full of crap.
Now,
when's the last time you had it?
Do you eat bologna?
Couple of years.
Marty?
A couple years. See, it's been like 30 years. Now he's saying he grew the deer and hunted it.
No, my grandfather was a game warden, so we grew up with.
Sure, he was.
Deer.
Was this when you were in the
elk,
gangs, or
quail?
because I didn't know they had gangs out in the woods? Right, Trevin?
Wow.
You were doing Boys in the Hood yesterday. Now he's a friggin' game warden out in the woods. We can't have it both ways.
Inside joke. People won't understand what you're talking about.
It doesn't
Marty.
matter.
They have no idea.
It's all part of the show we do every day.
So my grandfather was in the equivalent of like Greene County, just down in Arkansas. So
his grandfather was Daniel Boone.
Not that old.
Oh, all that nasty game.
So what will you have for Thanksgiving dinner?
I'll just eat the stuffing and all the other stuff.
No venison.
What's the nasty intestines that the Italians eat? That dish they brought up here and made me eat one day.
Was it tripe?
Tripe. Take a big snot from a Kleenex and put it in spaghetti sauce. And remember the chef? He brought it in here and made me eat it. Horrible. I love food and I love people and I love the people's stories, but I'm not a fan of some of this weird stuff that people eat, but good for them. And I love and respect and admire hunters. You know why? And it's the same thing I say every year. And I'm going to tell you this. I'm spending the whole weekend with my son. It's a 2.5 hour drive each way. We're going to Bowling Green to swim. He's a swimmer in a big meet in Ohio. And I find these moments where you have all this time with your son more significant than anything in my life. And it's the same with hunting. Whether I like the venison is irrelevant. Irrelevant as hell. The relevant thing is that, and Patrick knows this because they've called us, kids, grandkids, grandparents, uncles, aunts. They all go out in the woods and hunt, man. 1 million of them. It's really cool. It's a hell of a thing to keep families together. It's a hell of a way to spend time with your grandfather and your father. In a world where most kids would rather be on their cell phone, it's kind of cool. They're out there sitting with you in a damn tree. And it's the same thing with myself and my son. We'll be in a car for 2.5 hours. Then we'll be at a pool for 7 hours. Right? And then we'll have dinner and hang out. These things you can never, ever, ever replace. And so you covet every single moment. Why? Because you can.